Hey guys, before we start today's episode, we have a special announcement to make. One of our fellow podcasters, a member / creator of Hogib, is doing a little Final Fantasy VII challenge run for charity. It's a great cause. So it's the MNDA Association, or MND Association, which is a national charity in England, Wales, and Northern Ireland that's dedicated to improve care and support for people affected by MND. The host of that show, one of them, Bill, his mother recently passed away due to this motor neuron disease, and this association did everything they could to kind of help the family and help his mother as she was passing on, and he decided to create this Final Fantasy VII Materia Lockdown Challenge, and any proceeds will go towards this charity. And guys, it's like 4-job fiesta for FF5 meets Final Fantasy VII. So the website is materialockdown.com. If you want to get started, a quick default run, you can just start FF7 and tweet at FF7MLD to sign up. And you will just need to hashtag Cloud. That'll register your Twitter handle and give you Cloud's job. And you can then choose which type of play style you want. If you just want to do the default run, just do that. And then every time you find a new character, you send them a tweet at FF7MLD and hashtag the character you received, and you will then receive their job and their materia that is available to that character for this particular run. Guys, please join. Please consider supporting the charity as you play through Final Fantasy VII again. And honestly, I'm highly considering joining myself, just because I got the PS4 port of FF7 and I never finished it. So this will give me a good reason to do it. So please consider doing that and check out the website and enjoy this week's episode of Nude Clan.
The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, the history of video games, Part 7. The Battle of Disc Space. Mm-hmm. And awkward silences.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast that likes to resurrect segments from dead hosts. Not, of course, dead individuals, but as a host, they are gone. I am a living, current host, Caleb Schweiss.
Also living, current host, Caleb Craig.
And Cam. Whether I'm alive is still up to debate.
Yeah. And today we are going to be talking about the history of video games once again. This will be the 7th generation of consoles. So the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the Wii. So we'll be diving into that as well. That's one of the most influential generations for our lives. That's when we got real into the game, and I'm excited to reminisce about these consoles.
Yeah.
But before we get into any of that bullshit, first we have to discuss what has everyone been playing this week.
And last week, because we forgot to do it.
And last week, yeah. Well, we didn't really forget.
Well, we did forget, and then we just didn't do it for the end, because it was too late by then.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So we sort of forgot. We realized, but then it's like, yeah.
All right.
Couple weeks though, Greg. Couple weeks. Just think. I know your short-term memory is only good for about.
I think I got
an hour.
I think I got it. All right. So I played. Let's see. Last week I played some Conan Exiles with Schweiss.
Awesome.
Last week. What did we do last week? What was the preview? Was it the Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then I know what I played last week. Then.
Yeah. I played some of Pokemon Go, and then I played some The Surge, some Tomb Raider, and some Rise of the Tomb Raider. And then I played some Minecraft. And
Wait, why are you playing Minecraft? What made you play that?
I was just on my Xbox this morning, and it was free on the Game Pass. So I
Oh,
was
okay,
like,
just
all
one of
right,
the free games.
I'll just fucking play it. And then I played some Modern Warfare, and I think that's it. I think that's all I played.
All right.
Oh, no, I played Digimon World 3 also.
Exciting, very exciting, Craig. That was, I'm excited.
That was for last week and this week.
I'm excited about your excitement about those games.
Tomb Raider's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than I thought, and immediately played that Rise after.
Oh, nice. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
It's always a good sign when you dive right back into.
And then that Rise of the Tomb Raider is free on that Xbox Game Pass, so I'm probably going to be playing that.
Oh.
Although it won't be on PlayStation, so I can't complete the trilogy on the PlayStation.
That's unfortunate, but if it's free, it's worth it.
Yeah.
No matter how you got to go about getting it. So cool. Cameron, what about you?
So last week, of course, played Pokemon Let's Go for the most part. Played a little bit of Dump Ass with these guys.
Not Warfare.
Modern Warfare. And if you're confused at the use of the term dump ass, you should just play some Call of Duty with us, and you'll soon understand.
And then we'll just say it all the fucking time.
And then we'll go on for hours of just making various jokes of dump ass and just all these different ways.
That's right.
It was a lot of fun. A4 and who else joined us for that?
My brother did, and yesterday Jake joined us.
But back when we were all playing together, I think it was
yesterday.
Mike.
Was
I don't know what his online name is, but we had another listener join us, Michael. I think his name is
Emo Panda.
Emo Panda. Yeah, he joined us.
Yeah,
and we had a lot of fun dumping ass and making jokes about it. So
yeah, it's good.
So played that last week. This week, for the most part, all I've played is The Surge. And I quite enjoy that game.
Yeah, The Surge is pretty sweet.
And I'm very surprised at the low percentage levels of all the trophies on it. It might be because...
It does have a really low percentage.
I don't know how well the game did or how good the game is overall to other people, but...
It dropped price pretty quickly after coming out.
That's sad.
And
even when it's free, I hope those trophy numbers bump up, at least for me playing it, because they're
know
so
why
low. One person going through the game is gonna raise that percentage.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it a lot better than that Lords of the Fallen.
It's like a description. Everyone compares it to Souls game, but everybody it's hard not to because it borrows a lot of the mechanics.
It has a
from
lot.
it.
Yeah, it's really similar, but
it's easier though.
Yeah, a
lot easier than it. It still provides a good challenge, something to overcome. Easier because you can bank your souls, or what they call tech scrap in this game. It's like a hack and slash Souls game where you still have to be worried about overextending yourself and timing your attacks just right against enemy attacks, because normal enemies can kill you quickly if you're not careful.
Yeah, and you got to aim for certain body parts to grind out.
And that's the part of the game
gear
that,
and
if we ever
weapons.
review this game, that's part of the game that's going to make me real happy, because you can just be very straightforward and just attack one limb of that body part you want to harvest, and you chop off body parts to either get the weapon they're holding or to get the gear of armor on that body part, so you can grind out new armor and stuff like that, or pieces of stuff you need to build armor. And it's really fun. But if you are fighting powerful enemies, it's so cool to target a body part to do some quick stun damage to, and then quickly change to another body part, and just keep your combat so fucking fluid. With all the different attacks you can do, all the different weapons and fighting styles, it's
and
to
just
me
immediately execute them with your energy buildup.
Yeah,
it's
I think that the Surge really excels as far as gameplay goes, but again, we might review it at some point. But I'm having a lot of fun playing that.
Yeah, it's a great one.
That's all I played this week, because in the middle of moving apartments too, so haven't had too much time just to sit down and play.
Nice. That Surge sounds fun. I should probably...
Yeah, you should try it out.
If you haven't downloaded it yet, you definitely should.
Yeah,
The bosses are pretty unique too, as far as how you take them out. So it's not just a Souls-like grind.
Yeah, I should probably.
And then there's different ways you can take out a boss, and if you take out a boss a special way, you get a special upgraded version of the boss weapon. So
Yeah, they drop a weapon when you kill them every time, instead of like having to convert their soul into it or whatever.
Nice. I remember the a couple things in Dark Souls Remastered, and I think even in Dark Souls 3, you could like cut tails off of certain bosses, and you'll get like certain weapons. And those ones always seemed extra dick to me because like I don't know if you can get another chance to get them back, like to get those weapons. So
same thing with the Surge. If you beat a boss and fail to do it the special way to get the special version of the weapon, which is you should always try to do because it's that much better every time.
Yeah.
If you don't do it the correct way, then you just lose that chance until you get New Game Plus.
See, that's kind of brutal.
It is brutal.
I don't know. I guess it
Souls
makes
is extra brutal because unlike the Surge, you can't fucking like target specific body parts. You just kind of like
That's true.
you have to like wander over to their tail or whatever and try it specifically only attacking it.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I want to play it. I want to play it. I want to play so many games, but I have been
You should play the Surge and stream it.
I've been doing nothing but Game of Thrones for.
I was streaming the Surge, and of course, I can't see any comments whenever I fucking stream. Now that I moved apartments, I should try it again to see if that problem persists. But
Yeah.
You should disconnect your account from the Twitch.
I've
and
tried
then
that.
It didn't work.
Yeah, I think I just need to fucking do the Elgato.
Yeah, probably. All right, so last 2 weeks for me, a lot of Conan Exiles. I've been playing that with one of my buddies from work. We're having fun. We're
Did you
actually
revive that server.
We haven't yet. Do you guys want to go in on that? Like, are
Yeah.
you going to play some Conan?
Because
Because it's 20 a month, and if we get like 6 people going in on that, it's only like $3 a piece.
To keep the further server rental fees.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going to talk to him today when I go to work, and I think we're going to get a fucking server
How
for
many
this
people
trash
can
game.
be on the server at once?
I don't know. I don't really have any deets on what the server entails, but what it really gives us is we have one server that we log into, so whenever we're playing and other people aren't on, we don't have to wait. So you remember how like Kent's game is the game we're all in?
Yeah.
And like if you went home and joined now, even though Kent is at work right now, or he will be, you'll join into your own instance of the game and you'll be level 1 and you'll start in the fucking desert again.
God damn it.
Yeah, so we have to play with Kent right now. Now, the shitty part about buying the server is when we get the server, we have to start all over again from the beginning.
Okay.
Oh, so then
That
I'll
would
wait
be-
for that. I'm not going to hop in until we have something that we can keep going.
It's good to know what to do, but yeah, it's not a hard game.
Oh, I'll just have you
get.
guys kind of guide me.
I gotta
That
make
might be a very
my
bad
giant
choice.
black guy again.
Yeah, I'll make my skullet dude. But I think that's what we're going to do. So, guys, if you want to join us, we're going to get a server, and we'll let you know the details on that once it's purchased, rented, whatever you want to call it. I guess rented.
It's rented. Yeah.
And anyone can join. It's a free game. I kind of want to play it to get all the trophies legitimately.
I mean, honestly, it's shitty, but at the same time, it's pretty fun.
It kind of is, yeah. And I want to like get through it right now, and then just like try to burn through it in the next little bit, and then just stop playing it forever because
I
that's
just
what's
see
going to
it as,
happen.
like-
Yeah, Schweiss found a spot to literally get a gold trophy for nothing.
I just see it as like another Ark survival type game.
Oh, it is. It's that was a big
Campion,
thing.
you didn't play Rust with us, did you?
I did a little bit. but that
Okay,
was at
it's a lot
times.
more like that.
It's like Rust, but Ark at the same time, because Ark is like Rust in that sense, where you have to find resources and build stuff.
It's
up.
kind of better than Rust in a bunch of ways because
And
you
then
get to,
also kind of not.
but it's worse overall.
And then Ark, you can tame animals and
Yeah,
stuff.
its user interface is a lot worse than Rust.
It's terrible, but you
which
can.
is weird.
It tells you don't have to find blueprints to learn how to make stuff. You can like unlock the ability to make things like in your upgrade.
It's kind of
tree.
like an RPG like that, where you have to like kill stuff, earn XP, and then
And the back roll
unlock,
is the most
abilities.
OP thing in the world. It's like a
Yeah,
2-frame
the
animation,
dodge
and you
is
just dodge roll.
disgusting. Yeah, you're like
6 feet.
You're like the dodge. It's like halfway dodge, and then right where you're at. Yeah, it's like there's a one spot in the roll.
Yeah, it's like a 2-frame animation. Just whoosh. and you're 6 feet further forward than you were. It's amazing. It's almost as great as the Twitch in
Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor.
You can be
European
over-encumbered,
Assault.
and when you're over-encumbered, you're like really fucking slow, but you can still do the dodge roll, and the dodge roll will just fucking get you there instantly.
Yeah, it's
wherever you're
real
going.
crazy.
Do you have stamina that you can't keep
Yeah,
rolling?
you
Yeah.
have the stamina, but it regenerates pretty quick.
I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to get a server so that I don't have to wait to play for someone else to be on, and we can all like get on when we have time because our schedules are all very different.
Yep.
Like crazy different. Cameron goes in at like 6 a.m. Craig goes in at like 3 p.m. I go in at like 7 p.m. Like it's like a fucking 13-hour window of us starting our work day. So this will be kind of nice to just kind of get stuff taken care of while the other people are at work and just do a little bit. And I'm pumped, man. And you'll get there's a gold trophy for like falling for 5 seconds or something
It's
without
like
taking
3 seconds. Yeah.
without dying. And there was a hill that I found, and I just jumped off the hill. And I got 3 or 4 seconds of hang time, and then I dropped, and then I got a gold trophy. It was like 6 seconds of
Yeah,
work.
I climbed up the hill and then just let go, and then I fell, and then I got it.
Wait, so you have to fall...
Fall for 3 seconds without dying when you land.
No, it's
It's so bullshit.
it's falling for 3 seconds without touching anything. I think is what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's super
Is
bullshit.
there parachuting in the game?
No. You can grab back onto the wall, though. Like, if I jump off a cliff, you could just, like, press X or square or whatever the button is, and you could, like, latch onto that cliff.
Yeah, dude, you're basically
It's fucking
fucking Spider-Man
ridiculous.
in that game. It has the exact same climbing system as fucking Breath of the Wild.
Huh.
It's super weird.
Superhumans, then, I guess.
Yeah. And we're working on, like, figuring out how to do new weapons and getting stuff crafted, but we'll have to wipe all of it for the new
Yeah.
the new
Just
thing.
let me know as soon as that happens, then I'll join.
All right. I played a ton, just a ton of Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon Everybody. I haven't played that for like a week
Could you
and
say
a
you
half.
have everybody?
I have most buddy. I could say that. I don't have everybody, though. I'm still missing.
How many buddies are you missing?
I think I'm missing like 30 buddies, 20 or
What?
20
How
or
many
so.
buddies are in this game?
140 something, I think.
That's why are there so... It really is everybody.
It's everybody you could think of.
Jesus.
They really went everybody on it. Played a bunch of that. I played a little bit of Dissidia 012. We're going to be reviewing that at some point this week. But Joe and I have mostly been binging the fuck out of Game of Thrones to catch up for Season 8. And that's taken up a considerable amount of time. And last night I finished Season 6 again. And guys, I got to say, Season 6 might be the best season of that show. It is fucking good. Caleb, the last 2 episodes, the 2 you haven't seen, are fucking amazing. They're so fucking good, dude. It's like the second to last one, the Battle of the Bastards episode, is like a fucking 11, man. It's so fucking good. It's crazy. God, fuck, man. That's a good season of show, right, Cameron?
Yeah.
That one, and then the last episode where
Yeah.
everything goes crazy. Like, fuck, Craig, why are you not obsessed? Why we've had season
I've
7
seen
for
what
a
it's done
year
to
and a
you,
half.
Schweiss. I can't be obsessed.
Craig, it's done. I'm not the only one, Craig. There's a lot of sick people out there that are obsessed with this, and it's going to end soon. And I can't talk about endgame theories with you because you don't know.
I know that Tyrion will rule the world, and that's what I know.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't
Yeah.
know. You don't know what happens to him.
If I don't watch it, then it's true.
It might be true anyway. You never know, I guess. But yeah, I've been doing a ton of that. And what other games have I played? Oh, I did play some Modern Warfare 2 with these guys. That was pretty fun. And I think... Oh, I played a bit of Bastion. I started Bastion over again. I just wanted to grind out some trophies. Very disappointed in myself for not just getting through all of the challenges the first time, because now I have to go through and do all of the weapon challenges again. And that shield challenge, dude, that is brutal.
Oh yeah, the shield one is like the worst one.
You have to win with like 3 hits or something. It's like something really fucking small. And those windbag guys, the big blue guys or whatever, the blueberry looking fuckers, They hit me. I just can't get them
remember.
down.
Can you knock them off the edge in that
You can.
one?
Yeah, you can. You can make them fall
I think
off.
that's
too.
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to group them up and then just push them off.
It's hard, dude. It's fucking difficult. So I played a little bit of that as well. But other than that, kind of a light couple of weeks. Heavy on the games I did play, but light on the quantity of games. Guys, we know what everyone's been playing, but the only real question, the only nude question is, have any of you guys beaten a game in the last 2 weeks?
Yep.
Gregor.
I beat Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider.
All right, Tomb Raider, TR, and then Rotter. No, yeah, there we go. Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Cool. Cameron, what about yourself?
I thought I was going to be able to, but I did not beat a game this week.
Well, you did beat Pokemon Let's Go.
But that was last week.
Yeah, we didn't do it last week, though.
Yeah, true.
So Cameron does have an ad for the Hog. And I don't think I did, because we aren't counting Chocobo's Dungeon, because it's a remaster mostly. They changed some stuff, but...
And you already beat it this year?
And I beat it in January. So I did beat that again. But other than that, I didn't beat a game. So the hosts, Nude Clan Hog, is as follows. Caleb Craig, King Hog, sitting high on his throne of 13 games beaten this year. I am his right-hand man at 11, and Cameron is the court jester with the 3 games beaten for 2019. Got a few games coming up, though.
Yeah.
Cameron's got a few things up his sleeve. One thing up his sleeve, and then we both have DMC5 up our sleeve.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
Did
well...
buy a physical copy of that just this last week as the giveaway item, so...
Oh, nice. Where'd you pick it up at?
Walmart.
New copy?
Yeah.
Very nice. Walmart, there you go.
Is he going to get a used copy from Walmart?
Yeah, why not?
Does Walmart sell? I mean, if they get a game returned, don't they just repackage it?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I have seen a used section before, but it's like for really old games.
Yeah, like the fucking Grand Theft Auto collection for PS2 that's
Yeah.
still in the Springville one.
Yeah.
Still, to this day. I kind of want to buy it, but I'm also like, I so fucking need to buy it.
It's a landmark now. It's been in that fucking Walmart for like a decade.
Yeah, pretty soon it's gonna be like a fucking... It's like a city landmark. They're gonna have like a plaque next to it. It's gonna be like
the Grand Theft Auto collection that's been sitting here for forever.
yeah. It's a historical site inside of the Walmart where this Grand Theft Auto thing is set. It's like not even been picked up. The color of the little shelving below it is like pure, and everything else has been bleached by the light. This fucking historical landmark cannot be disturbed. I swear, dude, there was that, and then, like, for so long, the Spyro trilogy on PS1 was in one of the Walmarts, too. Like, it was crazy. Just fucking PS1, triple Spyro, like, just there forever. And I wanted it for so long, and I just never made that purchase. And now, of course, we've got the remasters on PS4, and I'll probably just get those when I decide to go through those again. But, yeah, it's funny when you see... some of these stores like Kmart and like Shopko, and they would have a gaming section, and it would just be shit there for like 5-6 years, just fucking untouched.
Yeah, because nobody goes to Kmart or Shopko in general.
Yeah, no one goes there, period.
And when they do, it's not for video games.
Yeah, it's for movie theater candy, because they don't want to get ripped off, and the theater's like right next door.
Yeah.
That theater doesn't exist anymore, because I know that Dollar Theater / Kmart setup you're talking about in Provo, but that Dollar Theater does not exist anymore.
Yeah, that is the Shopko,
and then
though.
probably the main people who went to that Shopko probably were there because of the movie theater. So
They were.
That Shopko probably
They
went out of
closed down
business.
basically at the same time.
Yeah, it's a sad area of Provo. It's a death zone for business.
Well, yeah, because there's that one restaurant that was right next there too that changed hands
several times.
I want to say like 14 times.
Yeah, even the established Los Three Amigos from Provo couldn't withstand that area. They destroyed them. They went under too.
The death of business in that area.
Yeah, it's the death of commerce. But yeah, kind of a lighter week for us over here at Nude Clan. lighter couple weeks, but a lot of dump ass though. We were on there for quite a while. That was fun.
So
I've
that is
missed-
one real fun thing to do with listeners is if we can get all 16 players to be listeners. I mean, that'd be a dream. come
Yeah,
true.
that'd be great.
They
Just do some.
listener v listener battles going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we did something on Shipment where smoke grenades and knives.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I am not good at that. This game doesn't have the lunge that I'm accustomed to in Call of Duty.
Oh no, yeah, the broken lunge. Yeah.
And Craig is, I don't know, Craig has this backstep, and when you backstep, the way he swipes when you do the knife is like, it's so perfect. It like has this good reach, and it's a good speed. But like mine, it's like a quasi lunge. You know what I mean? Like he's bringing it out all rage mode, but it doesn't actually pull you forward. And it seems like it's going to give you more distance,
But then it doesn't do
but then it
anything.
doesn't. And then Craig just fucking like swipes. He just like, it's like he's taking a little side swipe. He's like punching you a little bit, like grazing you with his knuckles, and it kills you. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, every time. And the best thing to do with that is to just turn around. Just like always just turn around and surprise knife the guy that's right on your ass.
Turn around.
But yeah, we've been having a lot of fun with that. If you guys want to join us for Conan Exiles, it was the free game. I think
It still
No,
is.
it's still the free game, yeah. For PlayStation Plus, so download that. Again, it's not great. It's probably not even good, but
yeah,
we're
I would
playing
get it
it
while it's
anyways.
free and not when it goes back to being like what $50.
yeah.
It's
I
like
don't know.
$49.99 or
That's-
something like that. That's ridiculous.
I can't believe this game came out on PlayStation 4. Like, it looks like ass, to be honest. I'm like, so don't pay $50 for it. Just pick it up now and have some fun with it while you can and while we can stand its existence. But Craig, do we have a question? I believe we got some Twitter questions. I saw a few the other day, so
Maybe.
whip that shit out. It's been too long.
I will look. I don't know if we do.
But it's so amazing to me though how big those fucking like post-apocalyptic games were for a little while. Like we had Rust, we had Ark, we had Try to Survive.
You can't really count Rust. Rust
Well,
isn't even a game.
It felt
It's funny
like
'cause Rust
all of
isn't
those
even
were
done.
Released in
It's
alpha.
never going to be done.
Yeah, but like Cameron's saying, but it's funny because Conan is done. Like it's done. They're done making the game,
and
it's shittier than the one that's not done.
it looks kind of like a really smoothed over PS2 game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of does. It looks like a PS3, like an early PS3 remaster of a PS2 game. Because, like, it does look that bad. It's not like us over-exaggerating.
I mean, it has a certain art style where, like, it's more cartoonish, kind of.
a little, yeah.
But it does just look like a really smoothed over PS2 game.
Yeah, it kind of genuinely just looks like shit. And it plays kind of like shit.
Okay,
but-
we do have one. It's from Angry Ass Black Dude. He says, most difficult, frustrating platinum trophies you've ever gotten / attempted.
I guess this question's for Schweiss.
Well, you got a you guys have plats.
I have one platinum.
Well, what was the most difficult plat? What was the most difficult trophy in that plat? It was the collector one, huh? It was,
Probably.
I was just looking up a video, honestly. Just
So
having a
I
guide.
platted Battlefield 1, and honestly, it wasn't that hard. So it took me maybe a week and a half of concentrated gameplay to pick up the ones I hadn't had yet.
Yeah, I came home from like getting some beer, and I like sat down, and I was like, you know what? I kind of feel like getting to platinum right now. Like, I think I'm gonna go back through and platinum Battlefield 1, and I just did it in like one night. I just fucking plowed through the story, like got all the bullshit little ones, got all the collectibles.
Yeah, but see, you didn't have fucking glitches like I did.
Yeah, I
My
didn't have
Battlefield 1
kamikaze people.
Yeah, that was so fucking broken.
Your fucking planes.
Yeah, it was.
I have a clip of it somewhere.
Yeah, it was Germany too. Germany was like getting that Japanese
It's like I was
influence early on.
doing the level where you're supposed to take out the armored train, and the armored train shooting at you, but then you also have planes strafing you, and nowhere do I see this in anyone else's gameplay that the plane will be sitting there, emptying its gun on me, but then continue to fly towards me, to slam the ground at my fucking feet, and it's just like, fatherland.
Yeah. Save will all die.
And it's just like, what's going on here?
There was that, and then the like
I'm soldier.
yeah, the guy that like comes around the corner and he just drops his gun to his feet. His arms are just slapped to his side, just fucking floating around with the gun on his foot.
Yeah, his gun was straight. He's like his feet. He looked like basically like a German bowling pin, as we looked like, standing on point on top of his rifle, and he'd be sliding around and like skimming through the level. And
Yeah,
shooting down
they
with his
ever
feet.
got in front of him and he shot him. He shot him with the gun on his foot. It was like he just fucking plugged him, and then he just slowly starts dipping into the ground, and he's still like yelling in German the whole time. And then eventually, all you can see is like the tip of the spike on his fucking helmet. And he's just in the ground, just yelling at you. God, that was amazing. That was a good time.
I'm pretty sure I clipped that. I hope I did.
I don't think we clipped that one, but we've joked about it like 7 times on the show. But, yeah, it's just where your arms, soldier? Why are you in the ground? It's fucking glitch field 1 for you, dude. I ran into like nothing glitching in that game. The only thing that glitches out occasionally, like phase into other people.
And I don't have glitches that bad. I really don't. So I'm glad you were present to see those.
Yeah, that was intense. It's like this plane level, or this
like,
fucking
God,
train level
why is
looks
this so
brutal.
fucking hard?
And then you notice you turned around and a plane just slams into the ground. And then it's like you got to dodge the train bullets and you got to watch where the trains or the fucking planes are coming because they're
It's
gonna.
like if they like empty a mag and they don't get you, they're gonna fucking get you at the plane. So the last thing they do is to bring you down.
Like, I'm fine with a 1 KD ratio. I'm fine with that. I don't need it to be double or 2 or more. If I die after getting 1 kill, I'm good.
Man, I don't know yet. I don't know if anyone else had that problem, but I sure did. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the hardest trophy, because it is the only platinum I got. So,
What about you, Craig? You have like 5 plats, right?
I have 7. I think the hardest one was maybe in Uncharted 2. There's this one trophy where you have to fucking shoot these guys with the pistol and then take them out in 1 punch, and you have to do that like 5 times. It's really fucking annoying.
1 punch Craig.
Yeah. That one, and then beating it on the hardest difficulty. The hardest one that I'm attempting, I guess, would be Diablo 3. Mostly because you have to do 500 fucking bounties, which is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And then beating it on hardcore and then getting a character to level 70 in hardcore. Those are really the only trophies I'm missing. Are
Nice.
those 4 trophies?
I think the toughest one that I'm working on right now is probably the fucking Chocobo Dungeon Everybody trophy list. It's kind of brutal. It's a lot of grinding, like an insane amount of grinding. I think I put like 50 hours into it, and I only have 14 of 34 trophies. Like,
damn.
It's insane, and a lot of it's late game stuff that's just going to start steamrolling because it's like obtain one of every talon, which is the weapon item, collar, which is like your bonus thing, and then your saddles. So like I'm going through the endless dungeon, and I'm gonna find those things along the way. It's just a matter of getting far enough in, and I have to get to floor 500. And I think I'm at floor 134, and I've been in that dungeon for about 3 hours, I think. So it's a lot. As far as ones that I've actually gotten, let me see. I've got, let's see, look, my 30 platinums. Batman, Assassin's Creed. Medal of Honor Frontline was pretty brutal because that game is so fucking broken and so garbage that one has to be one of them. But I still, to this day, I still think my hardest platinum is that fucking Call of Duty Classic. Like, playing that thing on Veteran is...
Oh, yeah, that game is horseshit.
It's unholy in its
horseshit
difficulty.
on normal difficulty.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. That is so fucking hard. That one's the hardest one, I think. And then probably the longest one is got to be Final Fantasy X. I think that was like 150 hours.
More than 13?
Oh, yeah. 13 was only 110. 10 was
What's
brutal.
your rarest platinum you have?
Let's see. Oh, that didn't do anything. I think it's 6.2, 3.34. It's the Medal of Honor Frontline one because the game is so garbage. Nobody wants to fucking play it. The COD
more
one.
people have Call of Duty Classic?
Way more people.
What?
Well, 8,797 people have the COD Classic.
Wait,
and
what are you?
4,000
Are you on PSN profiles?
Yeah,
Okay, see that number is skewed.
it is a little bit.
It's
but
only the people who have accounts on PSN profiles.
it is.
That platinum rates only those who've platinumed the game and have an account.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I
gonna
thought it was
be.
grabbing the actual platinum.
It'll be
percentage.
way smaller. I kind of
I
like
could have
it.
sworn that thing was like at 1.1%.
It probably is.
It's like something really low. And it's bullshit.
It probably is. And then another really low one is my ICO, and honestly, Battlefield 1's kind of a rare one, just because of
It wasn't like extremely hard to get that platinum. I just wonder if people just
play
didn't care.
Yeah, I think most people just play the online. Is the
The
thing.
type of people to play that game are just the ones who want the online.
And then
See what my rarest play.
and
is.
then Monster of the Deep.
Oh yeah, you're big 12th place.
Yeah,
to get that.
only 50 people have the platinum for that, so I'm one of an elite squad of 50. And Chocobo Dungeon, I think it's like 25 or so. And that one, just because it was frustrating, I had to collect a can. Like it had like a bestiary for all the fish in each location, but it also had random items that you had to fish up. So I fished until this lake was dry, and then I kept casting into random places until I caught a can on my thing, and then I got the platinum. I was so fucking done with that game, dude. So fucking done. But Final Fantasy X was just really long. I missed an item partway through, so I had to restart the game and play about a third of the game again to collect an item that I had missed and then transfer it to the other save file. And COD Classic is just relentless in its difficulty. Like, it's crazy hard.
I saw you trying to do glitches and bugs to get around certain areas just so you could progress in the game.
Yeah, there was a point where
There's that one corner that you could not pass because around the corner was just this long hallway with the fucking elite Nazi sniper down at the very end of it, where you could not turn around the corner and kill him fast enough before his shot got you.
Yeah. In the end, I ended up like, and it was so funny because I had like thought I memorized the map and I knew where I needed to go, but like I was wrong. I was just running and dying in the same like 60 to 80 steps in the game, and for so long that I forgot that I didn't even need to be there. And so I found a way to like bypass part of the map and then get to the area I actually needed to be, and then I was able to get through.
Does that death sound still haunt you in your dreams? So the
the like fucking
the little
tinnitus, like
that you
sound,
still hear that
yeah.
in your dreams.
Dude,
You're gonna die.
I can't tell you how many hours I spent in that game. I just can't. Like, in that one part on that fucking boat level, like, it's so much time. Like, 4 hours in one go one time, and I had no movement whatsoever. I just stayed exactly the same place. And I was just like, I can't justify this. I can't justify spending all this time just pissing it into the wind and having it come back and hit me in the face.
My rarest plat is the Far Cry 4 one. It's 2.1%.
On PSN profiles?
No, I'm on the PlayStation.
Oh, weak.
How is that weak? That's out of everyone who's played it, not
Weak.
just the small percentage of people who want to have their big dick on PSN profiles.
Well, PSN profiles is for the elite, Craig, first of all. And second of all, I bet you mine's even more rare. Medal of Honor
probably
Frontline.
is. That's probably, well, you got to check on the actual PlayStation.
I don't want to do that, though.
Because your numbers are skewed on that thing.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, though. This is the elite. These are the people that care about trophies, Craig. I don't care about the mouth breathers that just play every once in a while.
It needs to be everything, Schweiss.
Oh, I also played Plants vs. Zombies, which is still amazing. It's still so fucking fun.
Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies is great.
I love playing that game. That's kind of all I want to play. Like that's all I can think about playing is Plants vs. Zombies. It's so addicting, so good. Cool. Let us get into our discussion for today. Unless you guys had anything else to talk about. You good?
I think we're good.
Great. Good. The 7th generation of video game consoles started with a bang. Who kicked the generation off when they released what console?
Microsoft Xbox 360.
Perfect. 2 points for Craig. The points will... I'll buy you lunch, whoever wins.
Oh, okay.
So keep
there's
track of
actual
your
stakes
points.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep track of your points. What year did the Microsoft Xbox 360 come out?
2008.
2006.
Craig is closest with 05.
Damn.
But no one
it was
gets it.
05.
Since lunch is on the line, closest doesn't matter. Well, no, closest matters. Never mind. The game sales are going to... You're not going to get the exact 0.79 million or whatever. So Sony and Nintendo weren't far behind, however, and released their consoles the year after. This generation was an excellent time for gaming, as each new console brought forth a new breakthrough in technology. The 360 could play games rendered natively at HD resolutions. The PS3 offered HD movie playback via a built-in 3D Blu-ray disc player, and the Wii went with the controller integration with a focus on movement sensors and joysticks. Another amazing fact during this generation is that video game consoles represented what percentage of the world's general-purpose computational power in the year 2007?
Wait, what?
So, like, the general purpose of computing,
30%.
what percentage of that was the game consoles, was gaming?
21%.
Damn it.
Craig is technically closer by 1%. It's 25% of the world's.
I was going to say 25% next. That was a safer bet.
Isn't that insane, though? A
Yeah.
quarter of the computing purpose for, like, general things was gaming. That's a lot. That's a shitload.
Yeah.
It's no longer a fucking nerdy thing. It's almost everybody that does
Well, yeah,
it.
they made a
you
fucking
know?
supercomputer out of like a fuckload of PS3s.
Yeah, exactly. So Nintendo truly set the trend for what in this generation of video games?
Motion controls.
Yes. Craig's got 3, 4. But Sony and Microsoft were both happy to join in. In September of what year did PlayStation join
2008.
the not in release, but like join the motion sensor
Motion
game?
sensor.
2010.
Okay. What was it called?
Oh,
The Move. PlayStation Move.
Craig, you got both of them.
I know.
God damn it.
Did
That's
you buy
when
a Move?
It came with my PS3.
Oh, so that's when you bought it? Okay.
Why'd they come out so late with it?
I don't know. That's a long time, huh?
Because Xbox with its Kinect was... Is that 2008?
No, I think the Kinect was around the same time.
So they both took a long time. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
For Kinect, it was probably like 20... No,
Is
it
that
was-
the next question?
No. So Microsoft would also answer the motion control call with the release of the Kinect. Unlike the Wii and PS3's motion control, Kinect, what does it do differently?
It's a
It
camera.
was entirely done by camera.
Yeah, Cameron gets it. It doesn't use a controller whatsoever, but the players act as the controllers instead. Kinect was a breakthrough. It was a big deal and sold how many million units in the first 60 days on the market?
Million?
Yes.
I would say 15.
Fuck, let's go 7 million.
It sold 8 million units in the
Ah.
first 60 days on the market, which gave it a place in the Guinness World Record book for being the fastest-selling consumer electronics device.
That one's kind of broken though because they started like implementing the Kinect into the sales of the Xbox because it started coming with Xboxes.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But within the first 60 days.
That's still pretty
I think when it
impressive,
came
yeah.
out, they did that too. They launched it with Xboxes from like when it came out.
So
That's part of it. People probably started buying it with it.
With the upgraded Xbox.
Yeah.
So here's a little bit more info on each of the consoles. We're going to start with the Xbox 360. So the 360 did a lot of things right. Xbox Live was expanded from its roots on the OG Xbox and was regularly and still is regularly updated. The service features both a free version and a subscription-based style, although the free version is essentially useless in my opinion.
It is useless.
It's just kind of there.
All
It's-
it does is let you watch Netflix.
Yeah, it's just decoration. Live players were allowed to play online, download games, check out demos, stream music, and TV programs, and even movies through the service. And then, of course, third-party apps were a really big deal. A lot of people use their console for Netflix or Hulu or whatever. We always joke about the Netflix days, and that's when we stop playing video games and you just only play Netflix for like a year and a half straight.
It's the Netflix depression, is what I call it.
Yeah, that was very real.
They also
for,
had a video theater mode where you and your friends could all watch the same movie and then make emoticons during the movie.
Yeah. Cameron's the one who had the
Wait, they
360.
had that?
Yeah.
So you can tell us even more. The console also sort of introduced achievements and gamer score, which would later be adopted by PlayStation in the form of trophies. 360 began production only 69 days before launch and failed to supply enough systems to meet the initial demand. This rush led to an incredibly high failure rate of what?
The Red Ring of Death.
What percentage was the failure rate?
It
though?
is 30%.
I think it was like 33% or something like that.
Greg is technically closer. 54.54%.
54? Holy
Yes.
fuck! I knew it was high, but damn.
Those initial ones, 54% failure rate. That is fucking insane. That is ridiculous. Which is
why the modding / home remedies became such a huge thing for the 360.
Oh yeah, the penny fix. And,
yeah, fucking super gluing pennies to shit.
yeah. I mean,
Like, take your
they
coins.
worked.
Fucking ridiculous. And which is much higher than the PlayStation 3's what percentage of failure rate?
Oh, PS3's was like 8%.
Okay, Cameron.
22.
Okay, Caleb's closest. It's 10.6%.
God damn.
And what for the Wii? What was the Wii's failure rate?
Wii's failure rate.
3.
Fuck. Let's go 12%.
Cameron is actually closest. 6.8% failure rate. So the least failing console is the one that doesn't work very hard at all, the Wii. So the 360 cemented Microsoft's presence in the console market and was a great console in its own right. Mostly what I played on the 360, a lot of Gears of War, Left 4 Dead, some of those big exclusives. And I think Xbox 360, one of its strengths back in the day was certainly the exclusive games it had on its console. I mean, we had Halo 3, we had Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, Halo ODST, Halo Reach. Yes. A lot of big games.
You've only listed Halo and the other big shooter.
Left 4 Dead or Dead Rising.
Where did Heavenly Sword, whatever it was called? Which one?
That was on PS3.
Oh, okay.
Microsoft had a great thing going. I think Xbox Live was
They had
on top of the
Fable
world.
3 come out on 360.
Fable 2 and Fable 3 were both.
Was 2 also 360?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then both
So,
of those.
Two great Fable games.
All their really big and only IPs.
Kinda, yeah. And I feel like Microsoft has sort of lost that now. I don't think they have as strong of an exclusives kind of thing. I know they still have Gears
one
and they
thing
still
they
have
did
Halo.
with the 360 though was they brought a lot of indie RPGs over as exclusives.
Yeah, they were
Like
trying
a
to
fuckload.
They were trying to capture that audience that Sony and Nintendo had for all those years with the RPGs. So the 360 is a pretty good console, to be honest. Like, I never really had one, and I have played it on numerous occasions to play other games, and I like it. There are certainly some features like the disc tray that are very outdated.
Oh yeah,
and you can hear more about that on our Fable 3 review, where I rage about scratching the shit out of Fable 3 by just bumping into it a teeny bit. It's a good looking console. It's got good definition. I don't think it looks quite as good as the PS3, but it's really close, and it certainly blows the Wii out of the water. And the online stuff, I think Xbox Live at this time was the best online thing out there. Like, it was way
definitely
better than Sony's, way better than Nintendo's. It was amazing.
The only thing, because PlayStation's was free, right?
Yeah.
And so that was its main way to combat the Xbox Live.
Mhm.
But the experience on Xbox Live was so much smoother.
It was, and it doesn't get hacked nearly as often
Yeah.
either. PlayStation is getting fucked over pretty often compared to Microsoft. They shut that shit down. So good. I think it's a good console. For me, it's probably, I guess it's my second favorite from this generation. I like the Wii too, though. The Wii and the 360 are kind of like hand in hand for me. They're both pretty good ones that I played a little bit of on each. I never really messed with the Kinect too much, to be honest. I think it's a cool thing. On Xbox One,
Yeah.
it's pretty great.
The only thing
So-
I ever wanted to connect for when it came out was that I saw that you could voice control Skyrim with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the only thing. I was like, look, that seems cool.
Predecessor to the Alexa version of Skyrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted a 360 so bad because my buddy in high school was playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion on there, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, I want this game. I want this console. And he was playing Dead Rising as well.
Dead Rising's
Big
cool.
zombie slaying game, and I was like, I want it for that. So I almost went Xbox 360 back in the day, and then I just couldn't bring myself to betray my Sony overlords. Couldn't overthrow them. So guys, what was the release price for Microsoft's Xbox 360? There's a range.
$4.99.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much on the nose with that one.
Well, are you gonna match it or are you gonna go elsewhere?
Let me think for a second. Because I remember the PlayStation 3 rage that happened.
Oh, wait.
So
No, it was $3.99.
because PlayStation 3 was hugely overpriced, I feel. Let's go $3.99. I think that was part of why Xbox has sold so many more copies, is because they were cheaper than PlayStation 3s too.
Yeah.
Well, their price range from $2.99 to $3.99 on release, depending on the model, because they release different like sizes for the hard drives.
Yeah.
They had the real simple like base model that was pretty cheap. Later on in its life, you know how they had like the like $200 or $150 like this is just the console and like a tiny fucking hard drive and you can get an external,
Yep.
do whatever you want with like. That made the console really appealing for everyone that didn't have it because it was $150 or something like that, and it's just straight up here it is. You have barely any space. You can get an external for like nothing.
Yep.
Go have fun. But yeah, it started out $2.99 to $3.99, and guys, let's talk about the.
So we both get a point then?
The games. Yeah, you'll both get a point. Well, let's talk about the games on the Xbox 360. Like, what are the best selling games on Xbox 360?
Well, Halo 3 for sure is...
Yeah, Halo 3.
You don't hear that click.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Fable 2.
Okay, Halo 3, Fable 2.
Probably. I don't know about Fable 3 actually. Forza 3. I think it was on there, or is it Forza 4? Was Forza 4 Xbox One, or is it? It's one of the Forzas.
Well, you both have one of them.
Fallout 3?
That is not one.
Damn it. This is like a thing of the platinum.
So if
editions
Forza
of games.
isn't on the list, really?
Forza's not on the top 3 list, no.
What? That's like the top selling one for Xbox One right now. Is like one of the Forzas.
Yeah. Well, there's a really huge, massive selling game that came out.
Gears of War.
Witcher
3.
2.
No.
Gears of
Way
War
bigger than
2.
Witcher.
Gears of War 3.
2. Modern Warfare 2.
Way bigger than that.
Bigger than Modern Warfare 2?
Oh, yeah.
Modern Warfare 3?
No,
Black
that
Ops?
was smaller. Those are both smaller. I don't know about Black Ops. No, I'm pretty sure Black Ops was smaller.
Fuck.
Reach?
No, it's a different series.
Okay.
It's a different genre, even. It's one of the best-selling games ever. And I
Grand Theft Auto?
I love sucking its dick.
4? 5?
Yeah,
Madden.
GTA 5, so you have
Okay.
2. And the other one is Connected Venture.
Oh, well, that fucking came with the Kinect, and it came with the the Xbox that came with the Kinect. So that's fucking stupid.
So how many copies did the Connected Venture sell? You guys can get some more points. Points for days.
Okay. Let's go 20 million. No.
I'm going to go with a solid 30 mil.
Okay. What was your?
25 mil.
Caleb was closest.
God
24.
damn you, Caleb. Just
24 million.
guessing me. You just guessed just
Well,
a little bit above or below. and that's
Even
what
if he
gives it
would
to
have
you.
stayed with 20, he would have been closer by 1 million. So he would have been 6 away, and he was 4 away. GTA 5. How many copies did that sell on the Xbox 360?
Oh, fuck.
50 million copies.
This is the second highest to 24 million.
18 mil.
You're gonna go with 50 still,
No.
even though it's.
Let's go with 20 million.
Craig is almost right on. 17.79 million copies sold. Halo 3 is the third highest selling game on the console with how many copies?
Okay, that one's going to be, let's go 14.5 mil.
Okay.
14 mil.
Craig hit it right on the nose. 14.5 million copies. You can't win against this guy.
Yes!
You just fucking can't. Even when you try to play his game, he played his game first.
He probably already knew. He looked it up.
I didn't, dude.
I was pretty surprised when you guessed it right on the money. I was
Phones
like,
need
wow.
to go. Phones need to go in the pocket during this game.
My phone's right here. You've seen the fucking...
You'll know when he's looking because he has to hold it real close because he's blind, right? All right, so how many units did the Xbox 360 ship worldwide?
Worldwide?
Most of it in the U.S., but...
70 million.
Okay.
69 million.
Craig is closest. 84.4 million
I knew it needed to be
units
larger.
shipped for the Xbox 360. The second highest selling console of this current
You should be
generation. that we're
beating me,
talking about.
Cam. This is your jam.
Yeah. PS3. Let's talk about the PlayStation 3. This is the most influential console of the generation for us.
Yeah.
For at least Caleb and I, because this is the one that we had. This is where... And I think you got one too, didn't you, Cameron? Because you were playing Nude Clan with us on COD, so you had to have had one.
No, I didn't ever have one.
How did you play with us then?
I was borrowing a PlayStation from either you or Craig at some point.
Somebody must have had a dupe or something. Something must have happened. Unless Cameron wasn't as present in the clan as I thought.
I think he was
played
playing with
mostly on
TJ a couple times.
Xbox.
Oh, okay. Man. So for Caleb and I, this is where the clan really began. It began when I was playing World at War,
Yeah.
and it grew to its ultimate power before everyone betrayed the Calebs by going on missions during the Black Ops days. That was our height. That was where...
Fucking everyone who played with us, except for Joe, was just like...
Those Black Ops missions, man.
we would... You remember when we played Black Ops together? We would win like almost every time. It was crazy.
It was insane.
It was a thing when we would get into like a 2 or 3 game losing streak. It was like a big deal. Like, how is this happening?
The wall of nude just destroyed.
Yeah, we all had our own roles. We could take shit out. And that's the thing that's
I
frustrating
just
about...
love Craig's role of him just being anti.
I was the
air
fucking
support.
chief master, man. All
Yeah.
the shit would happen to me, and then
Yeah.
I'd take out all the enemies' bonuses.
I just remember the round where this guy was sprinting through one of the maps, and he killed Craig like
It was
14
like,
out
it
of
was
15
like,
I was there for
times.
that one, yeah.
And he just kept getting higher and higher with his like... And all of us are just like suffocating, just dying of laughter, trying to fucking catch up. And Craig just
Well,
keeps...
I would fucking spawn and then die immediately because the dude knew where I was going to spawn next after he had just killed
Well, see,
me.
I watched the
It
camera.
was disgusting.
Because Black Ops had like a camera function, and I watched
Yeah.
it from his view.
I missed that.
And he was just like running through the map. Like he would just be like running, and then Caleb would spawn. He'd pull his gun up and shoot Caleb, and then he would just like keep running. He'd go around another corner. Caleb would just pop up out of thin air, and he'd shoot Caleb again. It's fucking like doing a huge loop around the map, and Caleb is just there eternally. And then there was one time or a couple times where a different guy killed him, but then like he would spawn right in front of that other guy again. It was like out of like the 14 deaths in this span of 30 seconds of Caleb's life, 2 of them were not this guy, and every other one was this guy. It was insane. It was like the most bullshit thing I'd ever seen in my life.
I mean, that game was perfect. Just had every mode to keep your attention. After you're bored of playing team deathmatch, you just go play some gun game. And
Yeah, dude, that's why I put it on my top 10 FPS.
One in the Chamber is so fun. Like, gun game is like better.
Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, dude, that was perfect. And then the contracts that they had in Black
Yeah.
Ops, like everything was spot on.
I mean, that seems like having contracts and doing stuff like that seems like it was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
It
Black
kinda
Ops,
does.
Black Ops is peak COD.
That's like stuff that started happening in like MMOs and other stuff later. We could go pick up contracts to do specific missions while you're on a mission.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's just a way to grind out XP faster.
And
It's just amazing.
I had so many millions of XP earned for those fucking contracts, dude, because I raped at that game. So like, I would look at the contracts and be like, yeah, I'll do that.
And then you go play
I'll use this fucking
you
game.
get the money
go play
to buy the
the
unlocks.
big boy betting games where you can put in tons of credits.
Yeah, and then you just win and you get so much. There was that time, man, where I went down to Craig's when he lived in Ephraim, Utah, like a real backwoods kind of like small town. Not really backwoods, but really small town down south. I brought the PlayStation over. I was about halfway through my 5th Prestige, I think, in Black Ops, and it was a double XP weekend. And we like just crushed Black Ops.
We played it for basically all 24 hours.
And I prestiged again and got halfway through the next prestige in like one night. And like I was on fucking fire down there. Dude, we were destroying people. It was like double XP, and we just put on our fucking big boy boots and just went to town on their
I wouldn't be
asses.
mad about bringing back gun game and all those other betting type formats, but then the credits you win and lose in the game can also be used towards loot boxes for in-game cosmetic stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That would actually be a cool way to go about doing loot boxes.
Yeah, that would
and
be
then
fun.
if you suck, you could still pay however much money for a whole bunch of credits so you can keep. No, then that's actually gambling at that point.
Yeah, kind of is.
100% gamble.
But anyway, the PlayStation 3 brought excellent functionality to PlayStation Online. Up to that point, it was like a really simple thing on PS2. There wasn't really much to the PS2's online, and PS3's like ramped it up by a
PS2 needed
lot.
a specific extra item to do online. And
Yeah.
it was only for like 4 games.
No, there were more than that, but it was.
Well, it was like Final Fantasy 11, fucking Resident Evil Outbreak.
Well, no, you could play Outbreak without the expansion bay.
Well, I know,
if you had a Slim.
but you could play it online with it.
Yeah, there were more games that had online. I played it. There were a bunch of shooters that had online, like that fucking Black Ops Down game that I played the shit out of. That was online. That's another shit game that I played way too many hours in because your body would just clip through the map, and I would just look out in the middle of the map, and there'd be a guy that was trying to snipe like on this little conveyor belt in the middle of this mine, and his legs will be sticking through the map, and I just fucking shoot his legs until he dies. And he can't really get out of it unless he stands up, and then I'll shoot him in the face. But super bullshit. The online was so shitty on PS2. PS3 really improved it. We had the 6-axis controller. For better or for worse, you could use it in a couple different games to like control movements.
It really depended on the game. I never played Heavenly Sword, and I wanted to, but I guess parts of that game are really fucked over because of the 6-axis. But it worked out well in games like Uncharted, where you had to like use the 6-axis to like balance on wood as you're like crossing on a plank or whatever, and then
That sounds terrible.
it wasn't too bad. They fixed it on PS4 though. They made it so it's not like that. And then Infamous, you could control your like ultimate move with the 6-axis. You
Oh,
know how
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
the ultimate lightning bolt that comes down. You can like control where it goes by like moving your controller around.
I remember that. So we had that. We had a Blu-ray player, which ended up winning the Great Disc Wars.
Because Xbox was stupid about it, but we already discussed
the fucking
that.
high def DVD.
Yeah, and I mean, to their defense,
They were similar formats, but they just went about it in such a bad way that PlayStation obviously won that battle hands down.
It's crazy because up to that point, almost every time something like that had happened, the cheaper price had won out. The more economic price.
Anytime you make a consumer have to purchase a separate thing just to watch your movies in your new format, you're going to lose.
Yeah, and the Blu-ray player and the PlayStation 3, it was strong. It was a strong selling point for the console.
Exactly.
Couldn't the Xbox 360 when it released, it couldn't play movies, right?
No, it couldn't. You had to buy a separate HD
See,
movie drive.
That's definitely part of it because the PS2 could play DVDs.
I think I'm talking about like the disc war itself.
It's the disc war. It's
well,
the
yeah, I know
console.
I know the disc
DVD
war, but
and
it's
Blu-ray.
like being able to play it on the console is a really like huge selling point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Being
and-
able to natively play a Blu-ray or HD DVD at that point would have been.
Plus, Blu-ray was higher quality and had higher.
They were very similar.
It was more
Yeah.
expensive though, but it had way more space.
Yeah.
Because Final Fantasy 13 on Xbox 360 is 3 discs. It's only 1 disc on the Blu-ray. So it's huge, and that's why I think that's why Blu-ray won, is because it had better definition, it had better capabilities. It was more expensive, and that's why Microsoft thought they were going to win with the HD DVD. But we were in a good place at the time, so we just decided that the better one was going to win this time, and that led to a lot of difficulties for Microsoft near the end. I feel
If Xbox made theirs native, I think it would have been a much closer battle.
it probably could have been, but I don't know if the market would have done the HD DVD anyways, just because Blu-ray was so much better, and it's like movies and stuff. That's where it won to me. In the consoles, though, it also won. Blu-ray totally blew it out of the water. But guys, what was PlayStation 3's release price range?
$5.99 for the original,
$5.99
and then $3.99 for the $3.99.
$199
for the
to
smaller versions.
$1,099.
The PlayStation 3.
No, I didn't make a real assumption. Yes, I'm just going to be $5.99 to $6.99 for me.
Yeah, it was like $600 when it came out. Sick.
Yeah. The console, it was $5.99 to $6.99 on release. And this is probably the biggest thing that made the PlayStation lose this generation, because it lost. It just lost. There were a lot of really cool things. We had like PlayStation Home, which was like a weird meet and interact kind of thing that went on in the PlayStation. They had the Life.
I think they added
with
that
PlayStation
later, though.
thing, where we could see weather forecasts and like news and stuff.
That was interesting, but I don't know why
that
they
lost,
put it
obviously
in there.
to all the Wii channels.
yeah.
The Wii blew PlayStation out of the water when it came to their home screen settings and their community settings and the weather channel and stuff like that. Man, so many options.
It's fucking the Wii and the fucking internet. God damn it, dude. The Wii is so bad.
Yeah, it's so funny because in 2007, Gabe Newell even was shitting on the PS3. He was like, it's a total disaster on so many levels. It's really clear that they lost track of what the customers and developers wanted. And he said even then they should just cancel it and do a do-over. And it's funny because the PS3, near the end of its life, like the last stretch, it actually did a huge comeback. They slashed the
it had
prices.
a massive comeback.
They started selling a ton of units. It became kind of a big console. It had really big exclusives going into it. We had the Uncharted series was getting traction. God of War was picking up where it left off. Final
The Last
Fantasy
of
was
Us
big.
came
Last
out.
of Us was huge. Naughty Dog and Insomniac were crushing it on the PlayStation 3. How many units did the PlayStation 3 ship worldwide?
60 million.
Oh, worldwide. This is now, right?
Yeah.
Total now.
Mm-hmm. Total.
Let's go 80 million.
Caleb Craig is right on the money at 80 million consoles sold for the PlayStation 3.
I swear he's looked up these numbers as soon as he knew this was happening.
I've
He looked
looked
up
up-
all the major.
Dude,
he looked
he's
up all
been
the major
watching me
numbers.
the whole time. I have
No,
not fucking looked this shit up.
before,
I looked
as you were
this.
sitting here
I've looked this up in the past. I knew.
How could I have looked it up before?
because you knew what the episode.
So I would say,
I knew what it was today.
yeah, he didn't know because it wasn't. I would say it's pretty impressive that the PS3, being the loser for such a long time, only sold 4.4 million less units than the Xbox 360. And I would also say, if the Xbox 360 didn't have a 54% failure rate, I think it probably would be the worst one from this fucking generation. But everyone had to buy two. Everyone I know had at least two Xbox 360s.
Yeah, no.
Every single person.
But people started buying used Xboxes as their second one instead of buying a brand new one.
How could
Why
one
would you buy
buy
a used one when the first one exploded for everyone?
You'd buy a used
the clock? The
second
sand
gen.
is
No. What would happen is when your Xbox would fail, you would then go take it into wherever you could or just toss it. But then you'd go to GameStop or wherever you buy your consoles from, and you'd buy a used Elite version of the Xbox. Used. So you're not giving Microsoft
that was
money.
later when they came out with the Elite version. That was later.
Yeah, this generation they came out with
Or
a bunch
you
of
take
different
it
versions.
down-
Because the Elite version was like their Slim, which came out halfway through the generation.
Or you take it down to the local shady high school student who would take it apart, fix it, and then flash it for you.
Yeah, and then you'd get banned instantly when you try to go online. Yep, good times. All right, so top 3 selling PlayStation 3 games.
Well, I guess we got to include fucking Grand Theft Auto 5 on there.
Okay.
That is on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
Is it on there?
Well, how do we want to do this? Just guess, Cameron. What do you got?
Well,
You could take GTA 5 as well.
GTA 5,
God of War 3.
God of War 3,
Last of Us. Uncharted 2.
So you gotta come up with at the end. I want you guys to have
Modern
3
Warfare 2.
games, 3 games each that you decide on.
Okay.
And I gave
I just
you
said-
the gimme was Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5, Modern Warfare 2, and shit, what's the other one?
There's one that's a series that's been going on the console for a while and has been big every time.
Gran Turismo.
Which one?
I don't fucking remember which one's on there. 5? Is it Gran Turismo 5?
Nightclub.
Nightclub. It's not Nightclub. All right, what are your 3 then, Craig? So GTA 5.
God damn it. Okay. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5. Modern Warfare 2. I don't know which Gran Turismo would be.
Well, I'll give you Gran Turismo 5. That was one of them.
Okay, good.
So, highest selling one, surprisingly, Grand Theft Auto 4 with 25 million copies sold,
Oh, the worst one.
which is crazy because that's more than the best selling game on Xbox 360, which was 24 million for Kinect. I bought Grand Theft Auto 4 when I bought that was one of the 2 games I bought on release. Well, not on release, but when I picked up the PS3. Second highest selling, Grand Theft Auto 5, and third, Gran Turismo 5. Guys, how many copies? Oh, wait, I already told you how many copies Grand Theft Auto 4 sold. I just said it, huh?
Fuck, I don't remember.
Well, what is it?
Jesus.
For what?
GTA 4.
GTA 4.
GTA
25
4?
million copies.
Okay, yeah, it's 25. That one's cheap. GTA 5. How many copies did that sell?
22.
23.5.
Craig is closest with 21.3 million. You can't play the Craig game and win unless you're a Craig. Gran Turismo 5.
Oh, 17?
15.
Cameron is much closer.
Yeah.
11.94 million. A big drop off. Big
damn.
drop off.
That's why I had that reaction. I'm like 17 million. I could guess just a few million shorter. And
It's funny that you mentioned Gran Turismo 5 as the one because Gran Turismo 4 is like I never
The
saw
next one
4,
below?
but that one was PS2. But I only ever played 3. I saw 4 and I was like,
I
don't need
remembered
it.
one of the Gran Turismos came out for PS3, but I can't remember. I couldn't remember
All
which
I
one
want
it was.
is a racing game. All in the same game. You have nice, realistic driving, but you can then customize the fucking shit out of your car.
That's-
the way it looks, the way it drives. You can change how stiff or how loose the car is. Even down to like the fucking tire, everything. I want to be able to customize it and then make custom paint jobs.
You
But
want Midnight Club?
I want Midnight Club, but give it
But
professional
better.
level physics.
But
All
give
right,
it
okay.
on the road.
You want Midnight Club,
Midnight
granted.
Club plus Drive Club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or I would say Midnight Club plus
Gran
Gran
Turismo.
Turismo even.
Yeah.
It's very
I haven't
realistic.
really played a Gran Turismo, so I don't know.
But you have
Forza
to.
is pretty realistic.
You have to upgrade your engines and like your brakes.
I want to
your
even be
wheels
like, I would
and
even
all
wanted
of
to
it.
show me like a description of where the vehicle is heaviest, just so you can get an idea of where your vehicle is going to understeer, oversteer when you're on the road and stuff like that. I want to just fucking customize the shit out of everything,
Yeah.
All right, I want that
and then have it be
plus
realistic.
Burnout 3.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Realistic driving physics is what I want.
All right, so PS3, great console. I had a lot of fun with it. I still play my PS3. That's what I've been playing Plants vs. Zombies on. It's still great. The one thing, it's a really slow interface, and this is where I think Xbox wins, is like when you press that
No.
PlayStation button on your PS3, dude, it's a wait sometimes. And when you try to sync your trophy
Xbox
data...
went through a homepage change. Xbox 360 changed it. I think it was like a few years into it. The whole home thing
Yeah,
changed
they
completely.
changed their UI.
Because their beginning UI was fucking shit. I
Oh,
hated
really?
it. Oh, yeah. It was bad.
I like the PlayStation 3 the most out of this generation. I think it's a great console. It has a really solid library, some great exclusives. Like Grand Theft Auto is not an exclusive, but those are all great. Well, 5 is really good. 4 is like, whatever. Metal Gear Solid 4 was on there. God of War 3, God of War Ascension, God of War's remastered. The PS3 to me is like the remaster machine, and it plays
They did
PS1
remaster
games.
a lot of PS2
And they did a
games.
good job on all the ones I played. So, like, I love the PS3. The PS3 is one of the best PlayStations that's ever been made. I asked on Twitter, I think last week, for everyone's PlayStation rankings. And, Craig, what are yours?
Oh, fuck. I don't remember what it was. I'll have to look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, pull yours up. Mine was PS2, PS3, PS1, PS4, PSP, I think. Or no, PS4 over PS1, I'm pretty sure. Those are getting close. PS4 still has some time, but the PS3 was like so good. So many great games on it. The trophy functionality was awesome. Playing online was awesome. It's a lot of great things came from it. I can see why it was the loser for that generation, but I still kind of think it's better than the 360. But I get how it lost. It was really expensive on launch. Like, people were outraged when this thing came out. Like, it was a big deal. It was like fucking. It was so expensive. There were people getting mugged, and like their PlayStation 3s were getting stolen. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. So mine are PS2, PS4, PS1, PS3, PSP, and then Vita.
You put the 1 over the 3, Craig. Yeah. I guess it's hard to put them anywhere because like the 2
They're
plays all the
really- they're
1s,
really-
the 3 plays all the 1s. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You
I
put
mean,
the Vita
I
below
could-
the PSP.
Yeah,
Oh,
its
okay.
library wasn't large.
Wait, it's mostly an
I'm
import
mostly
factory.
going by library right
Yeah,
now.
library-
Like what I'm enjoying.
I mean, if we went by UI, the
PS3
PS4
had
would
a
be
lot,
the greatest. Would be the greatest UI of all time. Although PS2's UI is just nothing.
But if it was like functionality, I'd put PS3 like pretty high up there too because it could play PS1 games and then it had the original version had the ability to play PS2 games.
Yeah, so it's hard to kind of separate. If you put it by just its own library, I can see why PS1 would beat PS3. Because PS3 had a lot of PS2 games, and PS2's library was extremely large and thus very strong.
Yeah.
Well, at least had some high highs in the overall.
And PS4 is really coming into its own right now, which is why I'm really enjoying what's coming out. So
yeah, and
I
it's a
had to put
good
it up there.
it's a good era for the PS4 because it's
Yeah.
near its end, and we're getting kind of like those
It's
last.
always where the best games usually come out.
Yeah, the last ditch efforts.
Well, it's because like they know what the console can do, and then they're getting ready for the next stuff, and so
Yeah.
they just really pour all of it in there.
Yeah, you look at Last of Us, you look at like Final Fantasy
Yeah,
12
but
on
it's still,
PS2.
even though when you get a game that's near the end of the console's life and you see it on the PlayStation or PlayStation 4, you're like, wow, that looks pretty good. But then when you see it on the PC and what the game could really look like at that point, you're just like, no.
Yeah.
I feel that a little bit with the Surge, where I've seen some, how it's rendered on PC versus PlayStation. I'm like, it's definitely got a really good look.
It doesn't really bother me that much.
And in the long run, really, it's performance over graphics. But
I mean, you could just get a PS4 Pro, look a little better.
I don't know if I want to get a Pro at this point.
There's no need now,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's
We've got like a year and a half left, maybe, for until PS5.
Yeah, probably. But we'll see how it goes. Good system, though. Wii. System that I think Caleb and I both have. I don't know if you have one, Cameron. Do you have a Wii?
No, never.
I like my Wii quite a bit. I play with a Wii whenever I get the chance.
Yeah, you play with that Wiimote.
Yeah, I play with that. I shake that Wiimote every opportunity I get. You know, it's a high strung. I live a high strung life, and the only thing that keeps me going is to be able to fucking whip my Wiimote out and just slap it around for a little while, knock down some pins, and then take a nice quick nap.
It's always bad when you throw your Wiimote through the TV, though.
Yeah. Or when your
intense.
or when your stepson is holding your Wiimote and he chucks it into the TV. That's even worse. Woo! That did happen. He threw it, and I was like, Jesus. Because my my Wiimote that I have, the back was gone for about 3 years, I'm pretty sure, and then we found it recently, and it still doesn't have the strap, because the strap when I bought it had some like...
Did it have the condom on?
No condom.
Oh, that's brutal.
I know. It didn't have the condom, and the fucking Wiimote strap when I bought it had like some crust, so like no condom, the jizz just flowed from the Wii.
You could just have washed it.
Or I could just... I think you could buy the little straps online still.
Yeah, you can.
So I should probably do that, because he loves playing the bowling, but he chucked that thing, and it hit the top of the TV.
Yeah, at least get a fucking condom for the grip if he's, like, throwing it.
Well, it's weird, because we played it like 7 different occasions, and then suddenly he decided that he was going to let go of it. Let go of the Wiimote and just fucking slam it into the fucking wall and the TV, and not good. But yeah, the Wii brought a lot of great things. We had online functionality. I remember playing Guitar Hero 3 at my buddy's house against people online.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, though.
I remember it being good.
I tried playing fucking Smash Bros. Online with it, and then Mario Kart.
I remembered it being good, but
Mario Kart lags out like crazy.
Yeah, I'm not a good judge, though, because I didn't play very much. Had a lot of great things. I think the motion controls on the Wii are really solid overall. I think they got better with time, because they started releasing like the Pro controllers and like the Pro bars and stuff like that. Got a little bit better. I thought this was the first one to release, but I guess it came out later.
Yeah.
But the Wii was just a phenomenon. You guys remember when this thing came out? Like, it was huge.
Oh yeah, it blew people's fucking minds.
Everyone was hysterical, and I was even in on the Wii. Like, my buddy had a Wii, and I was like, fuck the 360. Let's play the Wii. Like, I want to play some bowling.
We would
this is
like
so
to play.
Good. Yeah, we would just fucking hang out all night playing bowling and like getting our pro status, and it was great, man. It is
weird how fun Wii Sports is.
It's so fucking fun.
It
yeah.
shouldn't be as fun as it is for a game that was just included with the fucking console.
Exactly, yeah. But it is so fucking good. It's a great fucking game, and it's a lot of fun to be had. And then the Wii Sports, or the Wii, the one that came later,
the Wii Sports Resorts or whatever.
Yeah, that one was fun too. I think they did a pretty good job with the motion controls in this generation. I know Nintendo tried to do that with the Power Glove years before.
A little bit, yeah.
I think they came back real strong, and they kind of set the standard.
And they improved it later on too with the Wiimote Plus.
Exactly,
and then the little add-on you could do for the older controllers.
And Nintendo refuses to adhere to trends, but they set the trends, and the Wii certainly set a trend that we're still playing around with to this day, with the motion controls and like VR and stuff like that. I think that kind of led the way to VR. And Nintendo did VR.
They tried to do the Visual Boy before, but
forever ago.
It was like fucking an infrared, so it gave people fucking headaches.
Yeah. So the Wii, I like the Wii a lot. I think it was a fun console, and it's so crazy because people would just scalp the fuck out of the Wii. Like, it was insane. People would buy like 8 consoles and sell them online for Christmas, and people would just buy it up. They would eat that shit up. It was insane.
Stupid.
How many stories I heard were like, oh, ours was $400, and I'm like, what? You paid $400 for the Wii, but you were yelling at PlayStation for like $500? Like, fuck you.
It's the power of Nintendo. It's fucking bullshit sometimes.
It is, and they create chaos. It's almost like I feel like Japan, like, Like Nintendo
Well,
is
the other part of it was that they didn't anticipate. Nintendo has a real problem with anticipating how many people are going to buy their shit.
I think
They always come out with way less than what they need.
I think Nintendo is part of the Japanese deep state, and what they're trying to do is create disorder in the United States and bankrupt us by knowing that we're incapable of controlling ourselves and willing to pay triple the price for Nintendo consoles.
I don't know
so they
about that.
throttle the fucking release quantity so that we just tear ourselves apart, and then they take over the country as we fight amongst ourselves.
It happened with the Wii. It didn't
happened
really
with
happen
the
with the
Switch,
Wii
too.
U. It happened with the Switch a little bit.
It wasn't as
and
bad.
Then,
But were there any
and then
stabbings over
the NES Classic
I don't
had
think
it
so.
really
there
bad
were
too.
stabbings over the PlayStation 3, so
There were
that caused the real
muggings and
chaos.
stabbings, yeah.
Well, that's because the fucking PS3 was worth a fortune.
Yeah, you're like a 1% console.
Fucking getting the PS2 player edition one was like fucking $700.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was insane. Mine used was like $350.
Jesus.
And like my PS4 was like $350, I think. And I came with a fucking brand new game. Like, and it was a big one, memory wise. It's not the big one, but it was bigger than the release one. And my PS3, I bought like the 60 terabytes. So like I think there was a 40, a 60, and a 80 on release or something like that. Maybe the 60 was the smallest. And then they started getting into the half
No,
terabyte.
I think the 80 was the smallest. It's
Oh, okay.
80
I think
gigs.
mine is 67 because it has like 13 gigs of program.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Wii,
Something like that. I
the
can't
Wii
remember.
is a real famous console, big deal. I liked it a lot. I think it's pretty fun. I can see why it would win. The Nintendo really, really captured the essence of family in their gaming console, and I think the Wii was like it was a great culmination of everything they've been building over the last 20 years as a company, and they just crushed it with this fucking thing. It was insane. It was sold out forever when it came out. Like, it was impossible to get it even the next Christmas after the first Christmas that it came. It was fucking hard.
It took a good like 3 or 4 years for everybody who wanted a Wii to actually get one.
Yeah, and you can see it with the sales of the fucking Wii. How many units do you guys think the Wii shipped or sold worldwide?
It was 120 mil, I think.
Okay.
100 million.
Cameron is closest, 101.63 million, and it is the 5th best-selling game console of all time.
Nice.
For that.
Nice.
Excellent selling console with a pretty good price point of
$299.
Yeah, I think it was $299.
was it though?
I don't think it was $200, was it?
It was $249 on release.
Oh, yeah.
and that
they
is
did.
one of the other reasons why it crushed, because it was only $250, which is crazy. Crazy price. God, especially for us chumps that bought PS3s. What are the best-selling games on the Wii?
Wii Sports.
Yeah, I'll give you both Wii Sports, because obviously it
Fucking
came
with every console.
I don't think it came with every console based on the numbers, but it came with
didn't
most.
come with every console because halfway through they made it Wii Sports results.
yeah. It's not quite halfway. Oh my god! I think it's
a little closer to its end. It's like
that's like
2 years.
That does make up almost those two combined.
Yeah,
I think they kind of make up the sales of the Wii. Fucking god, that's crazy. And it was still only $250, and they gave you the best game right up front.
The best game on the thing.
The best game on the Wii is the one they fucking came out with day one.
Okay. Smash Bros. Brawl,
Yeah, definitely.
and then Mario Kart Wii.
Those are your three.
Well, if we're only doing 3,
Well, yeah, we're doing 3. So, what are the 3 you're going to go with?
those.
Okay, Cameron.
Smash Bros. And
So, gave you Wii Sports. That's on there.
yeah. Then let's go with one of the fucking Nintendo Party games. What's the
There's Mario Party,
Mario Party,
7
yeah.
and 8. And
let's
I
do
think
Mario
9.
Party 7.
Okay. You both got Wii Sports, but that is it. It's Wii Sports. Oh no, Caleb got Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah.
Caleb got a point. Never mind.
Damn it.
And Wii Sports Resort was the third best selling. So, Wii Sports, how many million copies did this sell?
Wait, Wii Sports?
Quote unquote, yeah.
Okay. Let's go 65 mil.
No, 55.
Caleb's closest, 82.86 million. There's more copies of Wii Sports out there than there are PlayStation 3s. Which is, I mean, I guess it kind of seems like it makes sense, but it shouldn't. It shouldn't make sense to us. Mario Kart Wii.
That one... Wait, what was Wii Sports?
Wii Sports was 82.86 million.
82. Okay, so that one's going to be, let's go 67 mil.
Damn it.
What was yours, Cameron?
60.
Cameron is much closer, 37.14 million.
Fucking
thought 60
everyone
was
plays
way too
fucking Mario Kart. It's bullshit.
That's still like a quarter of the consoles. It's more than that. It's like one out of every 3 people have this fucking game that have a Wii. That's pretty good. Third best selling
This is Wii Sports Resort.
Wii Sports Resort with
Well, if 80 million.
yeah, it's 82 and then 37. Those are the two we have.
That one's going to be
30 mil.
28.
33.09 million. Cameron gets the point.
Just had to make up the difference in console sales.
Yeah, you really did. I was looking at it. I was like, "Oh my god, it's fucking."
Yeah.
Some people bought the other one that they didn't get, but almost everyone just went with whatever they had, according to what I'm looking at. And Wii Sports, by the way, is worth some money now.
It is, yeah.
Like it's not and it's how is it worth money? There's 82 million of those fucking things out there, and it's worth money because no one wants to get rid of
Yeah,
it.
nobody wants to get rid of their copy, and the people who want it,
Just didn't get one.
yeah, it's didn't get one.
Yeah, to buy that shit new. So this generation would also bring us 2 incredibly influential handheld consoles. The first one to market was
The DS.
yes, the Nintendo DS, released in November of
2011.
No, 2009.
you guys are both way off. 2004.
Damn it.
What?
Oh, okay.
Sony's PSP would soon follow in
Oh, okay,
what
we're
month
thinking
of that year?
That generation.
June. November.
December.
That makes
So the
sense.
DS came out in November, and then PSP was December of that year. The DS featured a touch screen and a built-in microphone, and also supported wireless standards for the internet and all sorts of shit. And
Yeah,
the
I remember
PSP
that.
became the first handheld game console in history to use a disc format as its primary storage
Yeah,
media.
that was going to last.
The PSP, I know, was able to connect with the PS3, PS2, other PSPs.
It would have been better if they just gave us the discs instead of having that stupid fucking cartridge they were in.
I know, I kind of think so too.
I mean, if you
if
people
you get dirt in there, like that's just gonna rape it. Like,
yeah.
all
So
day.
how many different cartridges have failures because the fucking back of it fell down, and then you have to play it at a weird, awkward angle so it doesn't scratch everything. Just like you were talking about.
Yeah, I only
had
have-
a game that did the same thing.
I only have
man.
one game that did that, but it did the shit out of that.
It did the same thing to me.
Fucking
And so
UMPs,
if we just
man.
had a teeny little disc in its little case, we just have a teeny little disc tray that'll pop on the back. You slide in the disc tray and close it.
Yeah,
They should have gone with cartridges.
they probably should have. So yeah, the PSP was able to connect with PS3s, PS2s, other PSPs, and as every teenage boy knows growing up with these things,
The internet.
the internet. That
I mean,
was a point.
PSP does stand for Porn Station Portable. So
Yeah, Porn Station Portable. There's a lot of porn downloads.
Yeah.
Waiting for that download to kick in, and then you're like, will this file actually play? Who knows? But when it's done downloading, we're
Yeah.
ready to jerk off.
You don't have a phone, but you have a PSP?
Yeah. I don't know if there's a PSP out there that didn't have porn on it at one time. I don't think that's the thing.
Yeah, it's got to have porn on it.
I mean, isn't it a part of product testing? They have to download some porn on it just to make sure it all works before
Pretty-
you ship it.
I wouldn't ship something without porn. I'd leave it on there, too, a little porn kernel. So just so you know.
This is a little starter pack for you, buddy.
Yeah, it's the BDSM starter pack. That's what you get instead of like the games with the console. You get like a porn starter pack.
See, though,
We know
my
what we
PlayStation was pristine. My PSP was pristine. You'd never find out. You would never find out. I was too good. However, whenever I used Caleb's, he would have fucking folders saved on his PSP because he didn't have
right.
he didn't have the Inquisition every so often.
Well,
ain't nobody fucking like touching my PSP. There's no reason.
well, that's because he finally was no longer like printing off fucking Sailor Moon porn on his computer.
I didn't fucking. It was never Sailor Moon.
Karen knows exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah, I knew exactly where
those
he
were
hit his
great days.
his printed off.
Didn't have the internet. Fucking had to use other means.
Fucking
all right?
Craig and I hanging out, and then after about 40 minutes, just like I'd see him kind of like look over, make sure no one's coming, and then comes the hentai.
in the print button.
We're just slowly waiting for it to print. It's smelling like fish. It's like a fucking gallon of ink going into each one of these fucking images.
Why are we going through ink so fast?
Oh man,
good
fucking,
times.
fucking
Good times.
great. God, yeah, the PSP saved us for that excruciating experience. But those two weren't the only ones. Those are the biggest handheld releases of the generations. But there was also another crowd-funded handheld console titled what? That was released. I don't think you will know this. I've never heard of this.
Was it the fucking half phone, half game console?
I'm not sure. I don't think this one was.
Was it one of those emulator ones?
No, it was the Ouya, and it received $8.5 million in pre-orders before launching in 2013.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah, it was a big crowdfunding campaign. But even though it was really popular before it launched, the post-launch sales were exceptionally poor, and it was eventually deemed a commercial failure. Well known to the PC gamers, NVIDIA released their what console handheld?
Handheld, I have no idea.
I don't know what they called it. I think it starts with an S.
It's the NVIDIA Shield. So
the Shield was supposed to be fucking... The NVIDIA Shield was supposed to be something you plugged into your TV to stream video games to your TV.
Yeah. It was a little handheld thing. They started doing a lot of streaming things. A bunch of these are...
So are you saying the NVIDIA Shield
streaming.
has changed over time of what it is?
Yeah, I think it's still a thing. Because I looked at a couple of these and they're still around.
Because NVIDIA Shields, I thought, were now basically Steam machines.
It kind of is, yeah. They're really similar to what the Steam machine is.
But it's a handheld.
Yeah. It's
Not something
technically...
you hook up to your TV.
I think you do... I don't know. It's weird. It's like I think it is something you hook up to your TV. I think it actually is. So these are kind of just like
Then it wouldn't really
sort
be
of
handheld.
sort of console, sort of handheld.
Does it have a screen on it?
No, not
No,
the
I don't
NVIDIA
think it
Shield I
does.
have.
Then yeah, that wouldn't be a handheld.
Yeah,
So
I think
the NVIDIA Shield that I know comes with the box, the Shield, a remote that reminds you of the Apple remote or the Amazon Fire Stick remote, and then a controller.
Yeah, I think these are actually consoles. I stuck this in the wrong area.
Yeah.
And then Amazon also released the Fire TV. We have a Game Pop, Game Stick, and the Steam Machine. Mojo, Razer Switchblade, all came out as well to varying levels of success. Most of those are actually what Cameron was talking about with the NVIDIA Shield. They just kind of stream little games. A couple of them were streamed.
NVIDIA Shield was supposed to be the solution to get your PC games on your TV.
Yeah.
As well as the Steam Machine.
Yeah.
Alienware came out with something similar too.
And a couple of them were like mobile games with the same thing. You would just pull mobile games onto like a streaming service and device. And yeah, that's kind of how they were. So, Nintendo DS, how much did they cost when it came out?
Oh, the DS, it was like...
Well, I'm going to go with 125.
Okay.
I think it was like 150, 175 for like the better model. I can't remember.
You got to go with one. Which one are you going to go with?
150.
Craig is closest. Came with a price tag of $149.
Yeah.
Upon release, and they did come out with extra versions. They're always pumping out extra versions of these things nowadays.
I think the DS is like the number 3 or 2 or 3 selling console of all time because it has like 20 different versions.
Yeah. How many consoles did they ship of the Nintendo DS? And this is DS, DSi, DSi XL,
So we're
DS
including
Lite.
fucking everything.
Not the 3DS or 2DS. Those are not included.
That's not technically a DS.
But the DS, DSi, DS Lite, and DSi XL. Yeah, all of those. All of the ones that are DS.
Fuck. Okay. Let's go 130 mil.
Okay, Cameron.
60 million.
Caleb.
It's for fucking everything.
Caleb is much closer. 154.02 million
Yeah, it's
Nintendo DSs.
It's in like the top 5 selling consoles because of how many fucking versions there were.
It's the
second
way too much.
second highest selling console
The second
by
yeah.
less than 1 million to PS2.
Yeah,
It's huge,
Fucking
man.
bullshit.
Nintendo is like I'm looking at the top 10 here. Let's see.
There's literally like 6 different versions of this fucking thing.
4 of the top 10 are Nintendo. One of them's Microsoft, and the other one's for Sony. So, like, it's huge, man. The Game Boy, or the Game Boy Color is also massive, but not as massive as the DS. The DS is like their big thing.
Oh yeah,
And the 3DS is still fucking huge too. Still, that one's at like 75 million almost. It's still coming out with shit. But yeah, massive selling console. Let's talk about the games on this console. The top 3 selling games for the Nintendo DS. What do you guys think those are?
For the Nintendo DS,
We've talked about
fuck.
each of these games before.
This is the Mario Kart DS.
Okay. You can mill them around and then give me a definitive 3.
There's the fucking
I'll give you guys a minute to do that.
Legend of Zelda, Phantom Hourglass, the fucking Ghost Train one, fucking Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver,
I was going to say
Platinum,
it has to be some sort of
fucking
Pokemon game.
Black and White, fucking oh man, there's so many Pokemon games.
I'm going to do Pokemon Sun and Moon.
that one's on 3DS.
Oh, damn it. Pokemon something or other. That's my guess.
Something or other.
Yeah. I have no idea. This is a realm of gaming that I never got involved in.
Oh yeah, you didn't really do the handheld. Do you have one?
I have a 3DS now.
3DS, yeah. Okay.
But my handheld
Well, you can play
realm,
DS games.
my handheld realm was my brother's Game Boy, but then my first handheld that I owned was my PSP.
Oh yeah, the PSP. We had a lot of fun with that.
I was so happy with that PSP, and I hope that's the next question because I know exactly how much I paid for my PSP.
Yeah, fucking them PSPs, man. Fucking Monster Hunter.
Like I really wish, besides the 3DS, I wish like a Serious Man or a Serious Man's gaming handheld console come out instead of being all the fun children's games to actually have some more adult-oriented games
The
come
Vita
out on
could have
handheld,
been-
like the PSP.
The Vita could have been great, but they failed it.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck the DS. Okay, let's go Mario Kart DS,
Mario Kart DS.
Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
I'll pretend like I know what you just said. All right.
You know what I just
Heart
said?
Gold, Surf, Silver.
Soul Silver.
Silver Surfer.
Go to hell, you piece of shit.
the worst thing ever.
Fucking okay. Let's see. Did Black and White sell more than Diamond and Pearl? I don't know. Let's go Black and White.
Okay, Cameron.
Pokemon.
Just Pokemon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Caleb gets the point.
Just the one?
Just one.
Fuck.
Mario Kart DS, third best-selling game. Second best, Nintendogs, which I have complained about.
Oh my god.
And then the best is New Super Mario Bros. Tops the
yeah,
list.
that one I think came with some of them.
I bet it did. How many copies? So we know New Super Mario Bros. Is the best-selling one, but how many copies did that game sell? 154.02 million Nintendo DSs sold. But this console had a lot of stuff on it, too. Got to keep it all in mind. Tons of different things working here.
54 million for that one.
Okay.
It's probably lowballing it.
I have no idea. Let's go 55.
Caleb is much
Ass.
closer, but still super far off. 30.8 million.
Oh.
Kind of a surprising drop from
Well,
the
I knew
Wii.
it came with some of them, but geez, like that's
Yeah,
lot
it's
lower.
it's a way lower. I mean, the Wii we had the 100 and
Well, I'm
whatever
kind of
million.
glad for that, I guess, because it means Nintendogs didn't have like nearly 100 million.
Yeah. Yeah, well, how many do you think Nintendogs actually pulled in?
Okay.
Like, copies of that bad boy. So.
Fucking 18.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it drop.
20.
Cameron is closest. 23.96 million.
Oh fuck, dude.
Still too many. Still way
Fuck-
too many.
Fuck Nintendogs.
I mean, you have to remember these handhelds were for kids.
Yeah, so Nintendogs.
I think
is a big
Nintendogs
deal.
came with some of them too. Which,
I think it did.
Yeah.
I remember a Nintendogs bundle, and I was like,
I'm pretty sure that old Mario Kart
Never gonna
DS
bother
also
us.
came with a couple bundles. So
well, how many copies did that sell?
fucking that one's got to be 20 mil. Come on. Actually, I'm changing it to 19.
Okay.
20.
Cameron is closest.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
23.6 million copies sold.
How many points did that put me? I stopped keeping track.
I'm winning.
How many points do you have?
I don't know, but I'm winning. You
Craig
don't
is
know.
ahead, probably like five or six. I would
Because
say.
I'm at 8 points now.
I think Craig is probably around like 13. I can't believe you're not keeping track, Caleb. Cameron's keeping track.
I thought you were writing them down.
No,
he
I
said-
told
he
you to keep track.
Told us
Oh.
to write them down.
I think
I
you're
don't
still
remember
winning,
that.
though, Craig. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've only missed like 4 questions, and I've gotten every other one right.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good. So the Sony PSP, not nearly as successful as the Nintendo DS.
Yeah, in no way was it close.
But how many units? How many million units did the Sony's PlayStation Portable end up selling by the end? End.
I want to say 42 mil.
Okay.
35.
It can't be super huge.
You're both really far off. 80 million
Oh.
PlayStation Portable sold. It was a big deal. Like you remember junior high to high school, like everyone that was cool had a PSP. It was like the thing, you know. And not everyone had it though. The DS, like every fucking person had.
Cam and I were the only ones that I really knew.
Really? Oh, it was like the thing. It was like, oh my god, you got the PSP. Like, oh, how do you like having one fucking joystick? It's so beautiful. What was the PSP's initial price point?
$149.99.
The initial price point?
Yep.
Was it 150? I'll go with 150.
You're both wrong. It was
Damn.
$249.
Damn it, because I
See-
picked mine up for $150.
You probably got a slim.
I paid $200 for mine, and I paid $200 for it years later. And it's still, if you get a new one, it's still like a couple $100, which I'm like,
Yeah, I remember it being more. Because it was more than the
If
DS.
you're going to pick up a new one, why wouldn't you buy a Vita?
but the thing is I'm like, the PSP is so nice, and the Vita, I'm like, I don't really care about the Vita. Like,
It can still play PSP games, right?
I know, and
Well,
PS1
not
classics.
on UMDs, but ones you can
And-
download.
But
Yeah.
it still has more
classics.
features, though.
Yeah, but like the PSP, there's something about the PSP that's just beautiful. It's just so crisp and like it looks really
The
good.
Vita has a second stick.
I know, but
But
play,
it doesn't
like-
have the 2 rear bumpers, which pisses me off.
Yeah.
If it had those, it would truly be perfect.
So
Well, that and a bigger library.
so yeah, top 3 selling PSP games for the console. What do you guys think?
For the PSP?
Yeah. You have heard
I
of
don't-
all
I have
3 of these
no
games,
idea.
and I think you have each played at least one of them.
Monster Hunter, probably, then.
Okay, which one though?
I forget the name of that one.
Is it actually on there?
There is a Monster Hunter on there.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It'd be the one we played then. Monster Hunter...
Was it Generations?
Monster Hunter... No.
Next? No, what? Fuck. Which one was it?
I think you guys played Freedom something.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Monster Hunter Freedom Unite?
Yeah,
that's
Freedom
the one
Unite.
you guys had.
All right. There we go.
Is that what you're going to go with?
Yeah, because
Yes.
that's the one I
Okay.
have ground
Unless
for.
it's Freedom Unite 2. In which case, go fuck yourself.
I have played one of the other ones, and you guys haven't. I played both of them on PS2. They re-released them there later.
Is it God of War Chains of Olympus and then God of War Ghost of Sparta?
No.
Fuck.
It has to be some sort of racing game. Burnout.
The Jack New Frontier.
Nope. That is not on there.
Secret Agent Clank.
No.
Crisis Core.
Nope.
Fucking Daxter?
No, it's a great game. Dexter's a great game, and it's in the top 10, I'm pretty sure, but it's not top 3.
Ghost.
It's not that fucking Guitar Hero that came with it.
It's not the Guitar Hero.
Okay.
That looked awesome, but no. Actually, it kind of looked like shit, to be honest.
Yeah, you had to fucking plug that weird thing into it so you could play it. Otherwise, you had to use the buttons.
Do you remember the DS one where it was just like a little grip, like a hand grip thing, and you had to like pick it too? God.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Too much. So, yeah, just come up with 3 guesses.
Fuck, dude. Okay, so it's going to be that Monster Hunter. Fucking... I can't believe Chains of Olympus isn't on there. You said they were moved to PS2?
Yeah, they were later re-released on PS2.
Fuck, man. I don't know what fucking PSP games got re-released on PS2.
Daxter is the 4th highest selling.
Of course it is.
And
of course Daxter couldn't do me that favor of getting in the top 3.
Chains of Olympus is the 9th, and Crisis Core is the 10th.
Damn it.
So you guys are on to like the biggies, but there are a couple that were huge on the PSP.
Fuck, man. I highly doubt it's got a
Star Wars
profile.
Battlefront.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that did come out for it. Fuck. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that one too.
You guys are wrong on all of them.
Damn it.
What? You said the Monster Hunter was on there.
I said there was a Monster Hunter, but it was a portable third. It was the name of the Monster Hunter that's on the
You
list.
can go fuck yourself.
That's the third best-selling game
all
on
right,
there.
Schweitz, I'm gonna need you to go upstairs and go fuck yourself.
The second highest-selling game was Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, and the highest-selling
fucking
game,
Vice City.
Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories.
Oh, okay. Of course, it's the 2 fucking bullshit Grand Theft Auto games.
Hey, you play this?
For sure, it was Chinatown Wars on there.
Oh, Chinatown
Fuck.
Wars sold like trash, actually. It was like the worst-selling one, other than maybe 2. So, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, how many million copies do you think that thing sold on the PSP?
Go fuck yourself. I don't know. Fucking 32 million.
Okay.
No, 30 mil.
Cameron's closest, but it's 22 million off, 8 million copies.
8 million? That's the top?
Yeah. People bought it
There's
to hack
80
it.
million fucking... Okay.
People bought it to steal the games. It was great for Sony. It was terrible for everyone else. You remember all the hacked PSPs.
I do
Every
remember a lot of
fucking
hacked
person
PSPs.
hacked the PSP.
So they would hack the PSP through that game?
No, they would just buy a PSP and they would hack and
Oh.
steal all the games.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the game sales compared to the console sales are horrible. Because people would just steal everything and use it for porn and videos and everything else. Like, it was a media device.
I
more
do
than
remember some people using their PSPs as a fucking emulator so they could
Yeah.
play, like, DS games.
Yeah,
and
it's like, what-
fucking Game Boy games and shit.
I know. I was like, just get a fucking Game Boy. But that's what it was. It was the hack machine. When people got into that thing, it destroyed the third party. It was fine for Sony because they were selling them like crazy. 80 million is very respectable. But nobody got any games. So Vice City Stories. So we had Liberty City Stories first with 8 million. How many do you think Vice City Stories sold?
All right, fucking 6 million.
Okay, 6 million.
5.5.
Cameron is closest.
God damn it.
5,030,000
You
copies
need your
sold.
game now.
Monster Hunter Portable third.
$2 million.
No, 3 mil.
Cameron is closest.
How about 11
4.9.
points now, Craig? Catching up.
4.9 million
Go fuck yourselves.
copies sold. So, how expensive was the Koya, or whatever the fuck, or Oya on release?
We have to guess these
Well,
now.
how much was it? How much was it? Yeah.
200.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, you're both wrong. 99 to 129. They don't have any sales data, but the highest game sales was for a game called Towerfall. And how many copies do you think that sold?
On the Oya? Why do we have to fucking guess
Oya.
this shit?
It's just this one. The rest of them, you don't have to guess anything.
How many
they
copies?
probably
How many
sold-
copies did the console sell?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me.
It doesn't fucking tell you.
No, the only
but it
sales
tells you
data.
how many of the games
Yes,
sold.
no, this one game. That's all I have on this fucking
10,000
thing.
copies.
I just
That's it, man. That's
fucking 8 billion.
no, it's 7,000.
That means I win.
The
that.
Oya was
No,
trash.
you said
I said
10 million.
10,000 copies.
He said 10,000.
What? I thought you said 10 million. Fuck you.
I'm sorry. All right, look, we'll only do dollars for the new ones. No games,
12.
no sales.
12 points, Craig.
NVIDIA Shield. How much was that
Oh,
on
Jesus.
release? You guys know what it is. It's the streaming thing
It's not a handheld.
on your
So
TV.
How much was it?
Yeah.
It sold for $350.
$350? Really? Let's go $250.
Caleb was closest. $199.99. Amazon Fire TV. How much is that? Some games. It's
Like the TV stick that they're selling?
yeah. It's the first model of that.
$99.99.
I think $89.99.
Cameron got it. It's $99.
They've made it
Mojo,
$100.
the Mojo, which is actually the Mad Catz attempt. You remember Mad Catz,
The fucking third-party controller people?
yeah, that kind of suck, except for memory cards, where they are actually kind of better than Sony's. What do you think their Mojo, Mad Catz Mojo, sold for?
Their console?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Let's go 200.
Okay, Cameron, you got a guess?
$150.
Caleb's closest, $249.99. Razer Switchblade. This one's a trick question because it's still unreleased up to this day, which is sad. They started making it like years ago, and they just haven't put it out. Game Pop is a subscription service that was released May 9th, 2013. Has about 500 mobile games. So that one's not really so much a price up front. It's more of just subscribing to it. The Game Stick is similar. It has Android games, but this one did have a price point at the beginning. How much do you think the Game Stick cost? It's an Android game. You stream them.
$30.
It's a what?
You stream Android games from it. It's like a stick.
$30.
How many did it sell?
No, how much? How much did it cost? I don't know how much it sold. There's no sales data.
Of course there isn't.
It's it's ridiculous.
Let's go $50. I don't know.
What was yours, Cameron?
$30.
It's $79.
Damn it.
And the last one we all know, and this one I do have units sold, the Steam Machine.
Nice.
How much was the Steam Machine when it came out?
It was $500.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was something sick like that.
Okay. It was $400 initially, which was pretty high for when it came out, for what it was, especially because it's like if you already have Steam, you have a computer. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
How many copies did this sell? How many units?
I would say they probably sold around 5 million units.
Let's go fucking 12 million.
Cameron is closest, but still too far away. Under 500,000
Damn.
total. So the Steam
Ouch.
Machine sucked.
I thought
I
more
knew it
people.
failed.
I thought more people bought into that.
I kind of did too. It seemed like it's something that like was huge, but I mean, it of course would seem huge because Steam is huge.
I mean, being able to pay money, like a small amount of money to play what's in your Steam library, I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, to make it plug and play, make it
Yeah.
easier. I don't know.
I think you can play it with a mouse and keyboard too. There's like a slot for it
Yeah.
for the USBs.
It was a cool idea, but I think Steam kind of was the reason why it didn't work.
I think they're still doing it though. Like
I think
it's still
so.
available.
You can still get it, yeah.
Because there's like Steam controllers you can buy.
Yeah. So this excellent and highly influential generation of consoles began winding down when Nintendo began scaling back on Wii production in early 2010. Shortly after this, Sony announced that their production on the PlayStation Portable was being discontinued that year as well. The Xbox 360 was discontinued in 2016, and Sony followed suit later that year, as did Nintendo. In late 2018, the last game of this generation was released on what console? 2018, so last year, the last game for this generation was released.
For for which console?
Yeah, which console was it? That's the question.
That has the last game?
Yeah.
PS3.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems the most logical choice.
It's actually released on the Wii.
Wow.
And
What?
it's a Wii exclusive, which is... Think of the Wii exclusives. What could it be?
Was it
It's not Wii exclusive. It's like... I don't think it's even Nintendo exclusive. But I've seen this game. It's a party game. It's not like a party, like a nerd party, but it's like a normal person party game.
I don't know.
Just Dance 2019.
Oh,
I was
That's
actually
how
thinking
that was
Dance
released
Dance Revolution.
2019?
Yeah, dude.
And they released it for the Wii?
I know. Isn't that insane? Like, why the Wii? Why not the Xbox 360 with the motion thing, like the Kinect? Like, you'd think Just Dance, because...
The fucking Wii U plays Wii games. They could have just made it.
When was it released?
I don't know. 2019.
Or
This year.
Late 2018.
Okay.
And it
no
was
sense.
the 2019 Just Dance game. That's the last game that's been released for this generation.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I
I
know.
think before that it was
It was-
wasn't before that it was like Aragorn's Quest or some shit like that.
I think
It
so.
was the last PS3 game.
And it was late. That was late.
Yeah.
So this marks an amazing time in gaming. Kind of brings this to an end and brought the clan into some of its finest hours, in my humble opinion. This was a
Yeah.
great generation of games. Of consoles. Like the handhelds were amazing. Nintendo and Sony were duking it out, trying to fight for dominance in either area, and of course, Nintendo completely destroyed Sony when it came to that because their Wii sold 100+ million units, and their
Well, it was fucking cheap as shit, and they underproduced, so people wanted it way more.
yeah, they got that rarefied air going, and the DS 154 million. But Sony did pretty well with 80 million PSPs out there in the world, and then also the 80 million PS3s. So that's still a lot of money, a lot of computing going on, and I'm excited to get to the next generation, which is the current generation. I don't know if we can really review it yet, though.
Yeah, we can't until like there's the next generation.
Yeah, I don't think we can do a review on this gen until next
No,
gen
it's
comes.
not possible to do a review of it yet.
I think we can do it when it kicks it off. Because like the crazy thing is if we decided we can't do it until it's
I think
done.
the cutoff needs to be when the last game is released.
Oh, you think so? Because that would be like could be like
There's no way-
2028
there's no way
if
to predict that.
if the fucking Just Dance comes out.
That's fucking different.
Just Dance-
that's some bullshit.
Just Dance
Honestly,
2030 on
would've-
PS4.
We would have felt safe
Well, no,
to do
see,
an episode
that
like this
last
like beginning of
Aragorn's-
last year. We would have never known that.
That
Wii was
last
even out.
Aragorn's Quest, though, that one was also like way after the other games stopped being produced.
What if we did it after the consoles were stopped being produced? So like when they stopped doing 3DSs, they stopped
They
production.
just barely stopped production on PS2s in Japan.
But then even still,
That's
though,
true.
I mean, when you buy a brand new PSP, does that go towards its sales?
Yeah, but I mean they're not producing PSPs anymore. They're also not producing Vitas. So like all the Vitas that are
Yeah,
ever
but they're
going to
still
be
going to sell what backstock they have.
That's true. That's true. I think they would go off the shipped units at that point. So Sony would say, we shipped 80 million PSP units, and now they're sold, or whatever. I think I kind of want to do it as when they stop production, but that's also a long time out, too. But Just Dance 2019 coming out last year on the Wii makes it hard to gauge when this generation's technically over. So I'd be down for...
All right, how about when they stop first party support?
Okay.
So like no more no more exclusive games coming from the
studios themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, we could do that. I think that's fair. I think when the next gen kicks off is fair too, or at least when the others acknowledge that it's happening and start.
Well,
getting
when the
in
next
game.
gen kicks off, they always do like half releases where there's like games that come out for both systems. Like fucking that Persona 5 came out for PS3 and PS4, and they've done that. And well, like with that
Lord of the Rings game,
the Lord of the Rings, but also the what's it called? Force Unleashed. That first one, it came out for fucking everything.
Yeah,
it came out on like fucking PS2, PS3, Xbox, and Wii, and they were like all different versions.
Mercenaries 2, same way. It
Yeah.
was all different, each version of the game. Yeah, I think that's fair. So I'm excited to get to the 8th generation of video games and dive into the history on that. I'm going to try to come up with some other ideas to do some history episodes so that we can learn some more about the roots of gaming. I liked what you did with the cheat codes that one time. We can start doing like little more niche things like that for future episodes. But guys, I think that's it for this section of the podcast. At the very least, we have a couple things we need to go over for the Hog League, which thank you all for participating, and fuck you all.
We say that loosely because at least like half of the people still haven't logged anything, you assholes.
Yeah, get in there and hog. It's hogib.heroku
I got
app.
fucking 7 people on my team that didn't log shit. Get on it.
Craig, you do, but you also have the highest scoring team by 70 points.
Yeah, that's because I'm a god.
And you beat me by 250 points.
Yeah.
So round 1, week 1 face-off was me, Caleb Schweiss, versus Caleb Craig's team. We have Schweiss's Sweat Meisters, which is what I'm going to call mine, versus Craig and the Bitches. We fell with a score of 488 to the competing score of 738. Caleb crushed it. Skull Haiti. I feel like he was doing some backlog catching up, but I don't know for sure. He got a shitload of points, 387. Highest score on their team. My team, Winter Disa, was the highest scorer, and Craig got 130 for the week. I got 84 as team captain. We lost, guys. It's not a big deal, though. We can come back from this. We can come back from anything. Unfortunately, even if we would have faced off against Cameron Wilson, we still would have lost for the week. But Cameron also lost to Joseph DeGaulier's team. So Abrac cracks the whip is what we decided to call Cameron's team. And I'm just giving Joe a random team name, Joe Army. And they're...
hold on. I think Joe actually came up with the name.
Oh, did he?
Thing. Yeah.
So this week,
I'll find it.
Joe dominated. He had a bunch of points. He was probably backlog catching up as well. But we don't know for sure. True Hoax did really well. Brad, F912. But Joe, the top scorer for
Joe's
his team.
is the most offensives.
Okay, the most offensives did take out Abrac cracking that whip for the week.
How about how much?
They won by 164 points or 66 points.
How many players on my team contributed?
5 players.
How many players on Joe's team contributed?
4.
Damn.
So they were some high hitters, some hard hitting.
If it makes you feel better, only 3 people did stuff on my team.
Who
That's not true. You had
who
4 as
contributed
well.
the most
Did I have
points?
4? Then I have 11 people on my team? Because
Who
you said I
contributed
have
the most
7
points on Joe's
people
team?
who don't
You have
have
7
0
people who have
points.
0. Yeah, 7 and then 4.
So I have 11 people on my team? Okay.
Who contributed the most points on Joe's team?
On Joe's team, it was Joe himself.
How much?
326.
God, no. He could not have done that much.
I agree, but we get that.
And then I even had, if I just went
Well,
with
you
all my
gave
backlog-
dude, you fucking said, "Oh, I'll just take 175," and I'm like,
because that's probably
175.
accurate.
I did 84, and I busted my ass this week with like 3 seasons of television. Like fucking, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're both cheap fucks, but Joe obviously more so. But we had True Hoax with 174 on his team. So 1 point less than you, and then your best scorer was Alec 1020 with 192 for the week. So guys, I'm going to keep track of all of the scores too, and like your points per game and stuff like that, points per week. Have some cool little stats for you guys. But Joseph DeGaulier's most offensives did defeat Abrac Cracks the Whip. So next up is Team Doesn't Count against Rominger's. What did I call him? I don't think Dylan came up with a team name. I call it Rominger's Romper. Rominger's Rompers. And Dylan's team totally blew it out of the water this week with 595 to Jacob's 538. Highest scorer, Dylan Rominger, probably catching up as well, 330 points. That's a little too much for 1 week, but Jake had 136. We got 164. We had 3 people on Jake's team that were probably catching up as well. Pretty good matchup. Those are 2 of the highest scoring teams in here. Good work, guys. Scott's Spot is what I called the team. And then Matunica's Heroes. Matunica across the lake crushed it this week. Destroyed his fellow dev person, Scott. And great week for Matunica. Those guys got 657 team points. And it was pretty well balanced. They only had 5 people who didn't contribute. So Matunica really cracks the whip over there in the Great Britain, and the leader for that was Highwind 1369 with 163 points, and Matunica and Arrow Beert closely behind. The next matchup, the final matchup, was Chase versus the World versus A for last place, which is what I call his team. And they did lose, but they did not get last place on points this week. That honor belongs to Scott Spot's team, and then my team is the second worst fucking team. Chase Arislani, his team destroyed 533 to 232. Highest scorer was Chase himself with 213. Highest scorer on the opposing team was Simon Parker with 117 points for the week. This week's matchup, Caleb Schweiss's team. So Schweiss's Schwetmasters. The Schweiss Schwetmasters versus Abrac Cracks the Whip. Cameron and I are going to face off. Craig and the Bitches versus the most offensives. And then we'll have Doesn't Count take on Scott Spot. Rominger's Rompers against Chase versus the World, and Matunica's Heroes against A for last place. Guys, if you hate the names I gave you because they're insulting and rude, you're not wrong, but you can change them if you want. I know there was a huge thread going on Twitter, and I was trying to go through and find everybody's team name, but it's too big. It's one of those things where, like, I wish we had a room where it was mostly radio silence and then the occasional, like, hey, this is cool, we should do this, instead of, like, a huge wall of text, because I just can't handle those text walls. These guys know if there's 3 questions there, I'll answer the one that's the easiest and least important one out of the 3 and never answer the other 2. So let me know if you want to change it up. But those are the matchups for this week.
The text wall, though, it's just you being a douche.
Yeah, the text wall doesn't help though. Text wall just makes it even douchier.
An accurate description is if there's anything more than 3 messages, he will not scroll up to see what the rest is.
Yeah. Like, I was not here. This is a conversation for others. And we that's why we have, like, 7 chats for the clan and, like, other clans and, like, smaller clan. And it's kind of out of control. But, guys, that's the matchup for this week. Get in, log your hog. I mean, we got so many people on there that just didn't get any points this week. I know you guys had to have done something. Just listen to some albums. It's not about going nuts on the hog. It's about just tracking what you do. You don't have to change your lifestyle to be a good hogger, a good little piglet, and join the league.
Add the site as a little shortcut on your phone, so you can just click the app thing and go directly to the website.
Yeah,
log your hog.
And honestly, for me, I try to create a media consuming experience each year. You know, I know that sounds really fucking gay and whatever, but like I like it. I'm like I have my queue. You know, I've got my rotation. I go through all the Metallica and Megadeth first, and then I hit the Godsmack. I go through the Slayer, and then the Anthrax. I do the competition thing that I did this year to kind of segue into that. Then I'll do like Alice in Chains, and I'm doing the Big Four of Grunge. I'm doing a bonus one this week I was going to do it last week, but I only listened to the first one, where it's Rage Against the Machine versus Audioslave, and that's only 3 albums apiece. And I kind of still think Rage is the better band, but I think Audioslave is going to win, because that first Audioslave is really good, and that second Rage Against the Machine album is really not.
Really be strict on what qualifies and doesn't qualify, because if we ever do grunge, there's a very specific time frame for grunge.
Well, yeah,
there's post grunge.
There is the big 4 of grunge,
and
that's
in a way
that's Audioslave, or not Audioslave. It's Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and Alice in Chains, and those were the big 4.
Stone Temple Pilots is going to be in there as well, but they're not part of the big 4.
No, they came later.
Silverchair had one grunge album they came out with during that time.
So we could do post grunge, which
but,
like
but
Bush
then we have
and-
to figure out what it's very hard to get. Is it pure grunge, or is it anything that's alternative? Grunge?
Yeah, it's easier when society is deemed a big 4 as a group, and it's also easy for Rage Against the Machine and Audioslave, because the only difference between those 2 bands is the lead singer. That's it. The others are all the same people.
And then even Alice in Chains didn't really identify as grunge.
Yeah, they're kind of more of a metal band. They have a grunge.
And so should we count them or no?
Oh yeah, they count. They're going to win, but they count. And it's just kind of a fun way to go through and experience new music. I mean, we have the Jukebox app that we have plugged a couple times. That's where we come together and we start
during
playing.
the week, during the day. I am basically in there all day at work. I will leave, intermittently throughout the day, but I usually make my way back. So I'm in there all the time.
Yeah, and you just have to get the Jukebox app on your phone or your computer or whatever, and just find the
Spotify account.
Spotify Premium.
Spotify Premium.
And it's like a companion app, and you can listen to and become a DJ and play some of your music. It's a great way to discover music. It's a great way to share music.
If you subscribe to the channel, to that room, we can do album listen days and as a way to kind of grind through some hog stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And basically, I can have the channel send out an email saying, hey, we're going to listen to these albums the day. We can vote on what albums we want to listen to that week or that day. But then, of course, we're going to have days where anyone can come up and DJ whatever the fuck they want to DJ. So
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, that's a great way to get some points, experience some new music, listen to some stuff that we like, and just kind of have a good time. There's a little chat room in there, too, and you guys can join us up. And I know not everyone's going to have Spotify Premium, but if you have a job like Craig and I, you should have Spotify Premium. It's amazing.
Also have Audible.
Yeah. audibletrial.com/NudeClan. It's a great program. But, guys, I think that is it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please get in. Please log your hog. Hog captains of the world, get on your people. Get them hogging. You guys know who you are. A lot of my teammates do hog, but they just didn't hog from last week to this week. So just try to keep up on it so that it makes it fair. It's all an honor system, and we don't want to have it like super cheap and super unfair for one particular team. So just try to keep up on the hog so that it remains as pure as it can. Now, obviously, there are some impurities we see today, but it's not really a bad thing. It's better to catch up than to be behind. So get on there. That's hogib.herokuapp.com. That's HEROKUAPP.com, and that's where you can join and log the hog. We will start adding new hog members to the teams once we get enough of them in. I don't think we have enough new users to quantify that yet, but once we get in a group of 11, we'll just slap one more person on each team and call it good. But if you're already in there, get your hog, and we'll have some fun. We got a great prize at the end of the season. You'll know once we get closer what that'll be. So will we. But until then, we actually have one more thing, Craig. You and I have a fucking vote.
Oh.
And this is a forced entry vote, Craig.
Okay,
And
I'll get the vote going on Twitter.
here's the thing, though. He gave us options.
Yeah.
He gave us options, Craig. We have 9 options. Valkyrie Chronicles is a PS4 remaster coming soon. Is what he said. Legend of
That's
Dragoon,
already out. It's been out.
Suikoden, Dot Hack GU, Banner Saga, Dark Cloud, Star Ocean, any of those, Breath of Fire, any of those, and Ni no Kuni.
Lot of RPGs on there.
I'm pretty sure all of those are RPGs. As far as I know.
I mean, Dark Cloud kind of is. Like that would be the only one that's like suspect in that.
Yeah. All right, Cameron. Which one of those 3 or which one of those 9?
Okay, who
do
has
you
who has
like?
the double? Because I think it's Cam now. Because the last time it was me.
I don't want to waste my double on this.
That's too bad.
Below your double load? I can take it. I'll let you do it next time.
Nice.
I'm gonna choose. Okay, what's the most recent Breath of Fire? Are they all PS1?
4 would be the most recent.
Oh, that was a while ago, right?
Yeah.
Is that on the PlayStation, like PSN?
4, yeah. 3 and 4 are.
That's a
both on
pricey one. If we did that, we'd have to give it
there.
away.
Both of those are. 4, I don't think is.
Oh, okay. I'll
3,
go.
3 is the expensive one, but even 3 is only like $30.
I'll go Breath of Wild 4 or Breath of Fire 4.
4 over 3.
Is 3 better? Let's do 3 then.
I
I'll
like
do which
3
one you
better.
think is better.
I also own 3, so
so we only
I
have to buy
don't
a.
want to. Well, actually, I have 4 too, but whatever.
We only have
Wait.
to buy a copy to give away then if it wins.
Yeah.
I'll do 3 then. I'll do 3. That's fine.
Okay.
And I'll do my second one as. Let's go Dark Cloud. No, let's go Banner Saga.
Okay.
Banner Saga.
I was about to murder you. All
You
right.
don't want to play Dark Cloud?
No, I don't.
Why not?
You haven't played it, so you don't understand, and I'm saving you from that choice.
Well, Dark Cloud sounded like a fun one to pick, though.
Not unless you play it too, Cam. There's no way.
Cameron's not playing this. I'm positive. It's not his. Cameron usually doesn't.
I mean, I could pick it as my choice for now. to
So
make
it's just
sure
the
I
first
never-
Banner Saga, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Cam, what are you picking?
Legend of Dragoon.
Can we do that? Did you beat that game, Caleb?
What?
Did you beat Legend of Dragoon?
I haven't beat it, no.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I played it. I've gotten near the end, but
Let's
I
do it.
haven't
Yeah,
actually beat it.
I'll dominate that game again. Why not? I think that
Did you already play it?
I did. Yeah,
Damn.
it's fine if one of us has played it. It's probably kind of fine if 2 of us have played it, but if it's been years, because we haven't reviewed it, so I think this is going to be a tough one. But I honestly think Legend of Dragoon is gonna pull out unless Caleb picks something bastardly.
I kind of want to pick a Star Ocean game because I just bought Till the End of Time and Last Hope.
Which one do you want to play? Is End of Time is it like a PS4 remaster or what? Because I know it was a PS2 game.
Yeah, they re-released both of those on PS4
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Is it digital only?
for Last Hope.
Yeah.
The PS4 one, I think, yeah.
Okay. Just trying to figure
Or
out
no,
how we'd give it
Till
away.
the End of both of those I think are digital only for the PS4 one.
Okay, got
But
it.
they both Last Hope is on PS3 and Till the End of Time is on PS2.
All right.
But I think I'm gonna have to go with that Dot Hack GU.
Aren't there
Did you already play Dot Hack?
I did, but Schweiss didn't.
.hack GU recoded
bastard.
/
Yeah.
http www dot
game I don't need to play.
fuck yourself in the
Well,
ass.
I haven't played it this year. I beat it like the beginning of last year.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that is the poll. Get onto our Twitter at Nude Clan Podcast and cast your vote there. You can follow me at UFF Podcast.
Me and Obsidian Ba.
Me at Nude Clan Cam.
And guys, a lot of great ways to support the show. Best way to support the show, share it with a friend. You got somebody that's really offensive. You got somebody that you think would love our brand of discussion, our brand of humor, our brand of brand. Share it with them. That's a great way to grow the show. We love seeing the subscriber count tick up over time. It's great. Check out our other shows on the network. Ultima Final Fantasy, the Ultimate in Final Fantasy podcasts. I host with our past host, Joseph de Gaulier, talking about Final Fantasy, all things Final Fantasy. Got another podcast, For a Few Chickens More, A Song of Schweiss and Johnson, a Game of Thrones podcast where we're going through all of the Game of Thrones seasons. We're behind, but we're going to be doing the new episodes for the season as they come out. Probably like 5 or 6 days later when we have time to record, we'll release those, and we'll review and do in-depth discussions. Very spoiler-heavy. Very much do not listen unless you've listened to the series, but if you or watch the show, if you have, please join us for that. It's a great podcast. I have a lot of fun discussing the lore of Westeros. Caleb Craig has a podcast called Puff Puff Hour.
Yep, the Puff Puff Hour Dragon Quest podcast.
I believe you're going to have a couple new episodes coming out here very soon.
The next few weeks, you guys get an episode a week.
Yeah, so stay tuned to that. Go subscribe to them. Give them some love. We have Getting Fat, an old feed with Joe and I. Super Sexy Swinging Fan Fiction, an old feed. And I think that's it. I think that's all we got on podcasts. You can support us by going to our Patreon, patreon.com/NudeClan. You can sub to us there. Every dollar you give us gives you an entry into the monthly drawing, who Chase versus Game won last month, and we still haven't heard back from him on what he wants. So let us know, Chase. We'll hook you up with something. We're going to be trying to make this the year of Nude Clan giving back to you, the listeners. So it's going to be some good prizes. We got some great games. Devil May Cry 5 is going to be put in there. Resident Evil 2's remake on PS4 is going to be put in there. Every game that we review, we're buying a copy of, and we're putting it in the fucking pile for you guys to choose from. So please consider supporting us there.
Did we do a drawing already for this month?
Yeah, we did. We did.
Okay.
Chase won, but he hasn't asked for what game.
Okay.
We did it last week. And, guys, Audible, if you got time, if you got a shitty job or you do monotonous things all day, every day, audibletrial.com/NudeClan is your messiah. Go through there. Give us a couple bucks. Get a trial going. You get a free book. If audiobooks aren't for you, that's fine. You can go back to podcasting. You can go back to Spotify Premium. You can go back to the Nude Clan Jukebox channel and jam out with us. It's fine. But it's honestly for more people than you'd think. I used to be against the audiobook. I thought it was ridiculous. Now that I don't have any time to read elsewhere, it's amazing. And especially when you get a good narrator. And like I've looked for narrators because of the narrator. Not like I'm willing to branch out.
Yeah, the best narrator has only done one book, and it's sad.
Yeah. Like
the dude for Once and Future King.
He is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll seek out like a narrator and see like, am I interested in any of these other books like that this guy has read, because I like the way he reads. I like the way he emphasizes certain characters. Like it's a totally new experience, and it does change things, but it's not in a bad way. It's great. So if you guys want to check that out, audibletrial.com/NudeClan. Go to nudeclan.net to find all of this and so much more. And guys, stay tuned for Nude Clan After Dark. That'll be coming out this Wednesday. Until then, though, as always,
enjoy the nude.
May the list go on, and it's time to get good.
Live always in the nude.
Yeah!